Alright. I think we're good. So, hello everyone. It's your favorite programming error that just refuses to be fixed. Code here. And welcome to what I promised. Last week I promised I would be doing it this week. So here we are doing it this week. It is more DDLC. And thank you, Gwen, for redeeming first. Congrats on being first, in fact. Yeah. By the way, I have news. So, if I am not mistaken, I'm gonna have to double check this in between, like, by the time the weekend hits, I'll have double checked it, and I'll have an announcement on Discord and everything, and it'll be updated in the schedule. But from what I seem to have caught, it seems the next episode of Club Meetings will release sooner. Sooner. Like, they'll release it after 1 week rather than 2 weeks. And if that is true, again, I'll have to double check, then expect next Monday to be this exact same thing again. So that's good. And when it's email time, I guess I will. And thanks for the lurk. At jail over. Happy you made it out of at jail. In that case, congratulations once again for being first. Now, I'm gonna boot up DDLC now. And we'll see what we have in store this time. It's taking a moment. There it is. Now it needs to capture. There it is. Now let's get through this intro segment so we actually have music. Doki Doki Club Meetings is a Doki Doki Literature Club fan mod that is not affiliated in any way with Team Salvado. It is designed to be played only after the official game has been completed and contains spoilers for the official game. Game files for Doki Doki Literature Club are required to play this mod and can be downloaded for free at ddlc.moe or on Steam. Please consult the readme.txt contained in the mod download for more information. By playing DDCM episode 43, you agree that you have completed Doki Doki Literature Club and accept any spoilers contained within. I do agree. What is our message this time? She still owed something she gave but never got back. Alright. Who? Something she gave but never got back. Now these is gonna be interesting. How about we just find out what that splash screen is all about? How's it, Catamans? Hello, hello. Hope you're recuperating well after your almost well, it wasn't 6 hours, but between 5 and 6 hours stream. Hope you are well recovered. Oh, and I have to start with this voice. You're still playing. Oh, fun. Oh, fun, oh, fun. Funny story, actually. While you were streaming, I got back into Mine Colonies again as well. I haven't continued playing in that single-player world in forever, but I decided, you know what? Let's watch a Minecraft stream while doing that shit. And yeah, I hope the work on the trading hall is going well. Alright. Horny voice, gotta do the horny voice.
How are you doing over there, Sayo? Can I pull back the curtain?
There we go. Of course I did. Horny. We horny. Also 50 stream streak, it's growing. Nice, Spinne.
If you want to, but I'm not dressed. Nothing I haven't seen. You know, it looks like you've lost some weight. Really?
Oh boy. Also, of course, we don't get to see Sayori during this. And of course, that would be a perfectly quotable moment, huh?
Yeah, your tummy's a little flatter. Thank you! The scale said I weighed a little less, but I wasn't sure if I looked like it or not. Totally do. I'll get it. You should probably cover up a bit, though. Or get dressed really quick. Both! Sounds good. Oh, hey, girlie. What brings you to my neck of the woods? Oh man, today wasn't the day we were going to do breakfast, was it?
Oh boy. Wanted to hear music but decided to look into your stream. I don't know if I made the right decision. Time will tell if you made the right decision. Only time will tell.
Nah, you're in the clear for that. I actually came to talk to Sayori. Oh, I had probably better leave you two alone to talk, huh?
Probably a good idea.
She was just getting dressed. Wait out here for just a second. Then she can be dressed and I can get my stuff and go.
Sounds good. Hi, Bones. Yes. Thank you for already checking up on the newest quote. Sounds good.
Better hurry up, Rumi. Kagami's here to see you. Yeah, I heard. Wow, you really can dress fast when you want to. I have a lot of practice. Well, I'm gonna head to class. Good luck talking with her. I love Kagami. I'm sure everything will be fine.
You did just barely. But I mean, hey, the fact that Ayami was the first character to show up today. I started episode 43, first character on screen. Here's Ayami, prepare to be horny. So, yeah, that's what happened.
Alright, well, have a good day, Rumi. You too, Rumi. Okay, she's all ready for you whenever.
Thanks. Be safe today.
You too.
Hi?
Hi, Kagami. So, I wanted to say that I'm sorry for how I've acted towards you recently. And really for a long time.
Pretty to be horny? Not really. She is the horniest character. I have to do the horny voice when I have her when she's on screen. It's impossible not to do the horny voice for her. If you knew what was going on, you'd know. Oh, you'd know a thing or two about what that girl is like. Sounds more zesty. Whatever. Same deal.
And really for a long time. That's okay, I forgive you.
Damn it, Sayori, you're too nice. I've been a huge bitch for you most of our lives. I still am, like, right now. And now you're just, like, oh, don't worry about it. You forgive absolutely everything. Don't you ever get angry at anyone or anything?
Sometimes. But I don't like being angry. And besides, it's really easy not to be mad at you.
Why's that?
Well, for one thing, I'm really used to it from you. Like you said, it's been most of our lives. But also, it's just part of who you are. Some of it is just how you communicate. And also understand why you do it. I love MC too, after all.
Aw, look at that. But will Kagami understand? We'll see. She's spicy. She is a bit spicy. I don't think I'm happy about it. Fair enough. Ah, boy. Gonna be lurking? Alright, enjoy the lurk.
But you know, I have a question for you too. Why is it that you see things like relationships as like, I don't know, winning or losing?
I'm not sure I understand.
Like, I love MC because I'm his girlfriend. You love him because he's your brother. And to me, that's great. Everyone loves MC. That's so cool. But to you, it seems like that's bad because someone has to win and you don't want to lose.
You're saying I think that relationships are zero-sum. Monica said that too.
I don't really know what that means, but yeah, that sounds right.
Look, I don't even know if I view things that way. I guess it seemed to me like... It seemed to me something like you might take him away from me. And yeah, I didn't like that, and it was scary to me. But now it's like he's gone from me no matter what I do. He doesn't want me in his life, and that is scary. And I don't know if that's because you took him away or I drove him off or whatever. Kagami takes a deep breath and pauses for a moment. And then she died. Happy end. Being a bitch is a quirk, not a flaw. I should know. You sure about that, Bones? You sure you should know? I have never interpreted you as... I mean, quirky, yes, but not in that way. Not in the bitchy way. Then again, it has been a while since you've streamed actively. Perhaps one day you'll return. When you feel like it. I mean, you did do that one Pokemon stream a while ago. Be a mistake being a bitch with being confident in yourself and knowing what you want. I mean, depending on how you go about being confident in yourself, it can escalate into being a bitch. True. But I don't like it. And now he's very clearly got something wrong with him that he won't talk to me about. He has panic attacks and freakouts all the time. And he says nothing. And I can't help him. And that's really scary. So I'm hoping you can help me. Or I guess that we both can help him.
That would make me really happy.
The streamer guild. The guilt trip. I had to bring up the guilt. I had to bring it up. I had to bring it up just to guilt trip you. Nah, again, as I said, you should only stream when you have the time and energy for it. Last thing anyone would want is to see people burn themselves out on it. I do have to say that having you come back for that Pokemon stream was pretty fun. Not the puppy dog. Nah, you won't get more puppy dog eyes from me. I'm just saying, it was fun to have you back for a stream, and even though I wasn't able to watch it in its entirety, it was fun. But you don't have to force yourself to stream. After all, streaming takes time and energy, and people only have a limited amount of time and energy. Trust me, I know this all too well. I know. I have already hit the point where streaming sometimes turns into a bit of a chore. Namely Genshin Impact streams, I have to admit. Those are the ones that are a chore. But I will say, my energy is lacking recently. After all, I still have a poem backlog that I haven't gotten around to, and I really wish I had the energy. Like, in the early days of me having that redeem. By the way, thanks for the headpads and the hydrate. But in the early days of me having that redeem, I'd usually have a poem written by the next day. Like, the redeem comes in, next day, boom, poem done. Oftentimes pretty long ones at that. And now it's like, actually, let me check how long ago the current, like, let me check. How many are in there currently? Okay, so I need to still write the poems for these stream VODs because it's DDLC. And on top of having to write poems for all the DDLC stream VODs, I also have 3 poem requests in my backlog, the oldest of which is already 4 months old. 4 months ago, the redeem was made, and I still haven't gotten around to writing the poem yet. Again, I used to have these done within a day. Where did my energy go? Where did my creative thought process go? And then maybe we have a Code Writes Poem stream. I mean, that is something I could do. I'm not sure if that's exactly my cup of tea. I have always been more of a gameplay kind of channel. Then again, I did do the occasional, like, I think two total art streams. So it's not like I don't branch out from gameplay occasionally. Instead of Genshin Impact. Trust me, I want to drop the game, but I want to hit a good stopping point in the story. Which is probably gonna be after we clear Snezhnaya. Snezhnaya is the 7th nation of the 7. The last big one we have to go through. I think after that we'll hit a good stopping point and I can drop the game. If after Snezhnaya the journey goes on to Khaenri'ah, I'm debating. Depending on how good of a cutoff point Snezhnaya is, I'm debating on just not even doing Khaenri'ah anymore. Again, as much as Khaenri'ah has been built up throughout the entire story, part of me is actually debating dropping that entire thing as well. But we're not here for Genshin today. Genshin is tomorrow. That'll be a pain. But yeah, that's happening.
It would make me really happy. Actually, I can tell you something that will probably make you feel less guilty about all this.
What's that?
It's my fault he has panic attacks and freakouts.
What did you do to him? Okay, she didn't do anything. Straight to the accusations here, huh?
Oh, I didn't do anything to him, at least not directly. I did it to myself. A while ago, before he and I were dating, I tried to commit suicide and got pretty far along in the process. MC, he saw. That's why he has panic attacks. He saw. And it really scared him and hurt him. It's my fault. It's not your fault, it's my fault.
Kagami silently hugs Sayori. Wow, Kagami knows how to be kind to people? Okay, that's the new one. The moment lasts a while.
Be honest with me. You do think it's my fault, don't you? Even with the hug?
Well, yeah. Because it is. There's no way to hide that. You hurt yourself and now he's terrified as a result. That's really direct, it is your fault. But you know, that's okay. That doesn't mean you're a bad person or anything. I imagine you had what seemed like a good reason.
No, not really.
I have to wonder what could be so bad that it would drive you to something like that. You of all people.
Nothing drove me to it. It's just the way I am. Sorry, I've had to explain this a lot recently. I have chronic depression, and have had it my whole life. I normally don't tell people, but I'm trying to be more open about it these days. A lot of the time, me being really happy and cheery is just a smokescreen. The depression was really bad that day.
Partially because of Monica. Mainly because of Monica. Also because of the whole confession fiasco. Oh, Sayori. And all this time I thought you were just this perfect sunshine girl. It turns out you're just a human being like everyone else.
So, does this mean we can be friends now?
I mean, does that feel okay? It seems really abrupt and I've been so mean to you.
I mean, Ayami says you made friends with her and Ryan really fast like that. And Monica says that in situations like this, you can just decide that everything's okay. And if both people feel that way, it's okay.
Well, I guess, yeah, I'm okay. We can be friends.
Yay, that's how I feel too. But now that we're friends, the first thing that you probably want to do is help MC.
Yeah?
Well, I have an idea. It's pretty simple.
Oh, and we don't get to hear. We don't get to find out. Anyway. Back over to Yuri. Consisting of Yuri and Natsuki.
I'm home and got an A on my English comp test. Where's my smooches? Yuri?
Oh, I guess there's gonna be no Yuri in this scene. How tragic.
Huh. Wonder where she got off to. Bathroom maybe? Hopefully no reason to cut. Better check.
Natsuki puts down a plastic shopping bag.
Yuri, did you go out here?
Yuri quietly emerges from her wardrobe. She quickly pockets a pack of cigarettes from Natsuki's shopping bag, then goes and sits on her own bed. Good. Confiscate that stuff.
Yuri?
Don't let her have a single cigarette. Honestly, as much as I like Natsuki, I will say that her smoking in this particular mod, it kind of ruins her a bit for me. Smoking is like one of the biggest, like, disgusting things to me personally about a person. I don't know. Something about it's just drives me a bit away. Like it takes a lot of pre-established friendship for me to be somewhat okay with someone smoking. Like if I've known a person for a very long time and we're very, very close and they end up smoking, then I'm like, okay, I guess, but while you do that, just make sure you're not right next to me or anything. It is always a bit of a hurdle for me to get over. Because it's not good. It's smelly, it's everything, it's not healthy, it stinks, but they just don't stop. And I don't want to be enveloped in their secondhand smoke. But yeah, at least I am not the only one. There's plenty of reasonable people out there who stay far away from that if they can.
Yuri? Oh, hey, there you are. Where the heck were you? I was just in here and you weren't here. I was only gone a second.
I was elsewhere. We must have just missed each other.
Well, hey, guess what? I got an A on my English comp test.
I believe this by ancient law entitles you to smooches. There we go. Propaganda worked on me. That, and my dad smoked a lot, and that always bothered me smell-wise. Same. I've always hated it. My dad also smokes a ton, and I mean, he just doesn't stop. I just don't understand it. You can go outside, he lights a cigarette, you walk like 5 minutes to the car, and before you enter the car, he's like, hang on, I just gotta light another cigarette before we get in the car. He's always been like that. Even when I was a child, he kept smoking while I was in the car with him. There was like no escape. Yeah, little kid in the back seat can't escape while the dad is smoking while driving. Yeah. Like, I will say this. My father is one of my biggest role models of what to never ever become. He's my biggest ever, just don't be like this and you're fine. I've always thought like that, and I will keep that mental image. As long as I don't end up like that, everything is okay. That's why we're streamers now. Yes, that indeed. Daddy issues. Oh boy. Yep, indeed. But hey, it builds character, I guess. I guess it does. Indeed. I choose to believe, by the way, that Natsuki's Indeed is not just addressing Yuri, but also what we just said. Oh hey, we get more Mesida content. Certainly builds something. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough about face transitions even for me. Please do exercises 71 through 76 for next time. It should only take a few minutes. And for those exercises, remember that heat and temperature are different concepts. Especially when matter is changing phase, you can put more heat into something without necessarily changing its temperature. See you tomorrow, everyone.
The class files out of the room. Miss Ida gets out her phone and makes a call.
Hi, Miss Ida. Hi, Monica. We really need to talk about that game thing. Yeah, I know. Look, I'm really not trying to put you off or anything, but, Monica, it's been a good number of weeks now. We really need to talk about this. I know. I just, right now in particular, ridiculous a bad time. I need to call you back. Alright, but do call me back, please. I will. Okay, bye. That girl. I can never tell when she's being sincere and when she's playing me. I wonder if anyone can ever tell.
With Monica, it's definitely difficult. Monica is cooking something on a stovetop.
Oh, hi, Code. I was just making an omelette. Listen, about the whole living situation thing right now, I appreciate your understanding when I invited Ryan. I know you said that I shouldn't need your permission. Still, it helps to know that you understand.
Ah, yes. Remember, some choices can never be undone. Again, for anyone who's unaware, Monica knows what I chose. This is a completely fresh install of the game. In order to play the new episode, I completely uninstalled the entirety of DDLC with the mod files installed, everything out the window, grabbed a fresh copy of DDLC and installed the new episode into it. So this is entirely fresh. I love the fact that it still carries over my choices. Despite all that. she just be knowing. And that's good.
And I appreciate the reminder that I can make my own choices. I honestly think this was a good one. You see,
A voice comes in from another room. He's here! Monica, are you out there?
Yes, I'm in the kitchen.
Is it okay for me to come out?
Yes, silly, you don't have to ask to come out. You live here now.
Thanks. I still feel a little weird. This is your space.
Well, the kitchen is our space. You can come in here whenever you like.
I know, I just really appreciate that the whole house is really your space. I'm trying to respect that.
Ryan, it's obvious you respect it. You don't need to overdo it. You don't have, I don't want you to be constantly walking on pins and needles and asking permission to come out of your room each time. It's not like I walk around the kitchen topless or anything.
No, of course not. I'm just still settling in, I suppose. I'm not used to living with other people in an unstructured way like this.
Unstructured?
Most of the places I lived with other people, like foster parents, they always had a lot of strict rules about where I could be and when.
I see, so you're afraid I'm going to put a bunch of laws on how to use the house on you.
He is very considerate. We appreciate Ryan. He's a good guy. From what he seems like. Like all the time we've spent with him so far, he definitely seems like a very chill guy. No, I know you wouldn't do that. It's just the feeling of other people doing that is hard to shake even in here.
I understand. But you're very welcome here, and it would be healthiest if you think of yourself as a co-owner of the public spaces.
I appreciate that. Oh, what you're making?
Oh, just a veggie omelette. I don't have a ton of time today. I have 2 club meetings to manage, so just a small dish.
You're a vegetarian? Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it confirmed that she's specifically a pescatarian? Pescatarian? Pescatarian. Pescatarian is the term. Like they eat fish, still. Pretty sure that was brought up, but I can't remember entirely for certain. Yeah, I got it, I remembered. Why do I remember this very obscure bit of lore about DDLC? Because why not, I guess.
Pescatarian, but yes I am.
That's awesome. I always wanted to try eating vegetarian, but I never really had the willpower.
You want me to make you a veggie omelette of your own? Never too late to eat at least a little more vegetarian.
Oh, well, I'd say yes, but I don't... I feel a little awkward asking you to cook for me, you know? It's just...
Oh, well, I did offer. It's not a big deal, really. I just think it'd be neat if I could help you eat more vegetarian. If that's what you want, of course.
Well, if it's okay with you, then... Monica's cell phone rings.
You don't need to go anywhere. This will just take a second. Hi, Miss Ida.
Hi, Monica.
we really need to talk about that game thing. Yeah, I know, look, I'm really not trying to put you off or anything, but, Monica, it's been a good number of weeks now. We really need to talk about this. I know, I just... Right now in particular is a bad time. I need to call you back. Alright, but do call me back, please. I will. Okay, bye.
Monica hangs up, so we get to see it from both perspectives.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's no problem.
What were we talking about again? Oh, right, you said you'd be okay with trying an omelet from me. I think.
Yes, I definitely would.
Alright, I'm making mine with onions and spinach. Is that good with you?
Yeah, but if you could on mine, I like my spinach as fresh and crispy as possible, so as little cooking on the spinach as you can.
That's actually exactly how I feel about spinach.
Look at them! They get along so well. They get along so well. And to think Monica wanted to completely shut him down initially. To think Monica was initially just like, no, I can't. I can't talk to I can't start seeing other people. I mean, again, she still views it as a purely platonic thing, but we can all see that this could easily become more than platonic. Right. Natsuki's carefully folding a piece of paper. She hears something and turns to look behind her.
Hey, babe.
Folding a piece of paper. Please tell me she's not trying to roll her own cigarettes now because her pack disappeared. I always get my omelet vegetarian because I love veggies and eggs. Plus cheese, of course. Ah. Alright. Man, I can't remember when I last ate an omelet. Must have been forever ago. Maybe one day I'll go out and eat one again, or make one, depending on how... I'd have to make sure I even have everything, but an omelet shouldn't be that hard. I just need eggs, essentially. And then whatever else. But as long as you have eggs, you can make some kind of omelet.
Hey, babe.
Beloved, I am surprised to find you on the roof on your own. What are you doing here?
Making paper airplanes.
Why?
Why not? Does a girl need a reason to have a hobby?
I'm just a little surprised is all. I have never heard of you speak of this before.
I don't know, I've always found them kinda interesting. So I looked up how to make them and now I'm practicing.
Natsuki throws a paper airplane over the roof.
Isn't that a bit irresponsible?
What?
Just throwing paper airplanes haphazardly in that fashion. Even assuming you intend to go down and clean up after yourself, there's no guarantee you will find what you throw before the wind takes it all.
Oh, don't worry, I've got that covered. Hey, Ayami, did you find that last one?
Ah, of course, yell down to your friends. Enough times a year. I get that 50% of the time. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe I should get an omelet again at some point. Do I even still remember what omelet tastes like? Oh, woe is me. It's been so long, my memory is hazy.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
See? Very environmentally conscious, no problem at all.
If a somewhat demeaning way to treat a friend. Well, why don't you invite her up here instead of making her run after your paper airplanes?
Hey, Ayami, come up here a sec. My girlfriend wants to see you.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, did you see the dots there? She was hesitant. Egg would taste like. It tastes egg? I never taste egg. What egg be tasting like? Need to know. Need to eat egg. Be right back. But yeah, thing to point out here, again, for anyone who's unaware, probably the reason why Ayami waited a little bit before responding is because Ayami is not that happy about about sapphic relationships. Anything that isn't straight feels weird to her. She's a bit homophobic. I mean, that's one way to put it. I mean, she's trying to just keep those feelings to herself because she knows she's the odd one out for feeling that way. But she keeps saying that she doesn't know why, but she just feels like it's weird that two girls would be in a relationship. And she can't help feeling that way, apparently. Which, I mean, at least she acknowledges that she's the evil one, quote unquote, for feeling that way. But damn, here's hoping she can have some character growth. But yeah, if you got a BRB, then I'll see you in a beat.
I will have you know that she is doing this of her own free will. And furthermore, that she is repaying a favor that she owes me big time.
Those two ideas seem somewhat contradictory.
Hey, she knew what she was getting into when she asked for a favor. She's known me a long time. Not like she didn't appreciate what she might be signing up for.
I suppose that seems likely. I am glad in any event that you remain friends with Ayami. It is probably nice to have some social continuity outside of the literature club.
For sure. Hey, there she is. Sup, bitch?
Whore.
I still do not understand why you use such derogatory language with a friend.
What, like you don't understand banter? We banter all the time.
But not with demeaning language of that kind.
Look, when you do a short joke, that is no less demeaning than Ayami calling me a whore. Ayami calls me a whore with love and friendship.
It's true.
I suppose different styles of people have different modes of communication. Hello, Ayami.
Hi, Yuri. I hope you're having a good day.
I'm well, thank you. I was just discussing with Natsuki the fact that you are returning a favor. And ordinarily, going into some kind of moral depth with Natsuki is an extremely dangerous proposition. So I was curious as to what could have motivated you to invoke her help, knowing that potentially you could spend a morning chasing after paper airplanes as a result.
Oh, she's helping me go after this boy I'm interested in. And before you ask, yes, I already have a boyfriend, but we're in an open relationship.
I had already heard of this arrangement from Natsuki. She tells me everything.
Yeah, I'll bet she does. Anyway, Natsuki, I still haven't picked up that last one you threw. I should probably go get it. Are you almost done?
Yeah, just a couple more.
Alright.
She seems nice.
Yeah?
So, out of curiosity, what exactly what are you doing to help her go after the boy she's interested in?
Oh, that. Well, there's this guy who goes here who's best friends with the guy she likes. That guy she likes is named Eamon.
New character dropped? Excuse me, you can't just drop a new character name out of nowhere. And tell each other to fuck off, so I get it. Yes, being very, very close friends means you can insult each other to your faces. And you know you're still friends. That's how you do it. I know that all too well myself. Whomst? Yeah, Whomst indeed. I have never once heard this name drop in the entire 42 episodes we've played thus far.
Now, I know Eamon's best friend from high school. His name is Haruo. Now, follow me here for a second. Haruo used to have a crush on Hiruko. And I always thought he'd be good for her, actually, so sometimes I tried to get them together. But she wasn't interested, and I did end up eventually hooking him up with another girl at our school who was super lonely. I matchmade for him, although sadly they didn't end up going to the same college. I'm actually not sure what their status is now. So anyway, now the friend is totally happy to help me do matchmaking with his friend and Ayami.
That is very complicated.
Yeah, I guess complex webs of social interaction aren't exactly your strong point, huh?
Certainly not. Does this even qualify as matchmaking?
What, me hooking up the friend with the girl from our school?
No, you hooking up Ayami with the friend Iman now. It does not seem like matchmaking as much as a one-night stand type of situation. I worry that the friend does not understand that that's what Ayami's looking for out of it.
Oh no, he understands. He's totally okay with it. Guys, you know.
I'm sure it seems appealing to him in the short term. I just wonder if he truly thinks he'll benefit.
Well, I mean, he can say no if he wants. It's just an opportunity, I guess. Is something bothering you about it, babe?
No, not really. I think I feel worried because I sense that something was troubling you when I arrived here.
It was?
Yes, just after Yami went back down, you seemed concerned.
Oh, yeah? I guess Ayami was just acting a little weird.
I didn't notice. How was it weird?
Well?
Hey, Anatsuki, I love you, girl, but I can't spend all day standing here. Throw something.
Talk about it later?
Certainly. Take care, beloved.
Alright, here comes one of two.
So you and Kagami are agreed about it then? Yeah, we're gonna talk to MC later today. Not sure if we should do so before our club, before or after club. I guess that depends on how you think he'll take it. If it's going to be a big emotional mess, maybe afterwards would be my suggestion. Yeah, that makes sense.
Wait, stop. I'm stopping. What's going on? One sentence and no period? No way. You're right. And it's one of Yuri's sentences out of all of them. The girl known for perfect punctuation, who made a mod called Punctuating with Yuri, is missing the punctuation. Miss Punctuation herself messed up her punctuation. How could this be? Good catch there, Bones. Fantastic catch. I completely missed that one. You did the thing. Once Kaylee shows up, I'll have to point that out to him. Absolutely necessary. Because I know he'll show up. It's a pet peeve of mine. No, you're totally right. And the developer of this mod is constantly looking for people to point out any mistakes that they've made so they can fix it. So, yeah. Well, again, he's a bit late today because busy in court and all that. But will probably show up in about 17 minutes, roughly. So, yeah, once that happens, I'll try to remember to point that out so he can fix that mistake in a future patch.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, I definitely say do it after on further thought. I'd rather not have him have to struggle with some big mental issue like that during club. Yeah, you're right. Although it's MC, he's pretty emotionally tough. He sure is. Just remember, you and Kagami have to be on the same page. That's the whole point of everything. I knew she'd come around eventually if you were just persistent. She can change her mind a lot. But now that she's on the same page with you, you want to keep her focused on the goal. I know, you've said. Monica? What is it? Have you had the same kind of talk with Kagami? Like, will you tell her how to deal with me and how to talk to MC and stuff? I wouldn't say I've told her how to deal with you, just that I think working with you would be a good way to help MC. Why'd you ask? Don't you get tired? Trying to control everything all the time, I mean. I know you're doing it with me and MC and Kagami because you want to help, and you have helped. It's helpful. It's just, doesn't it feel weird to you? Don't you get tired? I'd get tired. I'm not trying to control everything, Sayori. Yeah, that's true. You don't try to do it. You just want to help people and make situations better. So you end up doing it unconsciously. I guess the way I handle problems can be tiring sometimes. What you call being controlling, I guess. I just think of as being thorough and looking for all possible solutions to a problem. It certainly doesn't feel weird to me, though. I guess it's just the way I am. Yeah, it's definitely the way you are. And like I said, you do help people. Especially me. It's just sometimes I guess I wonder what it's like to be you and constantly thinking about all these things. It sounds exhausting, I guess. Sometimes. Do I really come off as that controlling? Well, I mean, I want to be too blunt, but yeah. It's like you can't ever be comfortable without knowing everything that's going to happen and having a hand in it. Even since the whole reality thing. I'd say you've gotten better since then about some things. But about others, you need control even more. As like compensation or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry, this wasn't meant to be a critique or anything. I usually am the one who benefits by you taking charge of things like this. Sayori, anything you say to me, I will always take at face value and in good faith. And if it's about me, I know that there isn't really anyone in the world who could have a more well-informed opinion. Don't ever apologize for talking to me straight like that. Okay. Anyway, I do need to talk to Kagami. We need to talk about what we're going to say. Probably a good idea. Good luck. Thanks.
Who's next? Oh! Much more energetic OST all of a sudden. Well then. Also, hi Eric. You have more than 5 characters, but still some of them just look weird. Kaori is basically one of the only ones I've seen that actually feels like they fit in the game. Most people make them look like just like blonde Monica. Fair, fair. I definitely see what you mean, Eric. I do. But yeah, I do think there are definitely some decent ones. Actually, again, it does feel weird because you're only used to these certain 5 characters. And even then, can I just say, when it comes to the 5 characters, the MC design used in this mod, that I think a lot of mods use, I think fits MC much better than the quote-unquote canon one. Like when we got I think the original artist made an artwork of what MC would look like. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I can definitely see why all the girls would be interested in him and everything, but the one we got in this mod, and that I think most mods use to represent MC at this point, he feels so much more like a dork, it just fits him way better than the semi-official design that was released a while later. Right? I'm not the only one who feels that way, I think. An alternate universe or something, you know. I mean, I do see what you mean, kind of. It's gonna be hard to nail the TDLC like style 1-for-1 exactly without any slight deviations. Never seen the other one, so I don't know. Yeah, he looks a lot more... He looks like he has a lot more muscle. He doesn't look like the typical, like, nerd guy. He looks like he looks like he works out and everything. It's weird. It doesn't look like what you imagine MC to look like. Has just accepted that's the MC. I think even DTO has used that as a base for the MC sprites. I think so too. I think they might have made the hair a little bit messier than this MC sprite, just slightly to make it look, you know, and made his face a little bit more angular. To like take some inspiration from the semi-official design we got, but I also think he leans more towards what he's like in here. Yeah. Paper airplanes, you are as unpredictable as ever, dear sister. Well, yeah, gotta keep my enemies guessing. Well, you do have a legion of enemies hounding you for your blood at any given time, so that's smart. So true, so true. So, what's new with you, sis? Anything cool? Not really.
Hi, Tormuse. Hello, how's it going? Hope you're well. Deadly? Deadly? You are not dead? Lee? You are alive. Taking a break from real life to take a short little visit into the chronically online world. It feels like it's been forever. Hope you're well. Hope real life is treating you pretty nicely. One of the few people who's actually kind of, you know, abandoned the online world a little bit because he actually has a life going on. Imagine that. Absolutely insane. I have been live. It hasn't. Has life been treating you on averagely then? Very average. But yeah. It is nice to see you again, even though it's been a bit. 4 5 months, Again, humble bragging about actually being able to land a girl. Nah. You keep cracking your jokes and everything. But yeah. Hope life. Asian Tuco. Alright, I get it. I get it. You don't have to brag or anything. Not like the nationality really matters if we're being honest here. But happy that I feel like an anime main character. Sure. Sure. Totally understandable why you would leave all of us behind. I feel like the only ones that have nailed it are the ones that did the MC sprites and someone that made BFGF, but BFGF still look a bit weird in the style. Yeah, I agree. It's like, it's near impossible to get it perfectly perfect. Those of us who have lives outside of cyberspace, how's streaming been? Well, you see, streaming has been going decently well, except for the fact that I still have to stream Genshin against my will. The game is holding me prisoner, but yeah. Other than that, I'm doing quite well. Again, playing some good old DDLC, episode 43 of Club Meetings. Good stuff. Yeah, things have been going pretty well for me in the online world, considering the FNF code mix is a thing now, which actually got a Christmas update. I'll definitely have to make sure I can play that this Friday. It's only fitting. The Friday after Christmas, we're playing the FNF code mix Christmas update. FNF code mix, the FNF code mix, like, not like the cover mod that Neon made, but an actual mix mod, like the Pico mixes in the base game, right? You have the Pico mixes in the base game, then there was the mod, there was the spooky mix, like actual, like, code mix is a thing, including a week of original songs. And I will say, the original tracks, Eric cooked on those. Eric cooked on the originals. I immediately fell in love with some of those. Like, especially Hack might be my personal favorite. That one went off. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out the Christmas update. That's gonna be really good. A little too much over a month, but I guess some have been in the back burner before Code Mix was made, so... Again, Eric, you cook too much, that's the thing. You need to take a step back and relax and take things more slowly. Sometimes slowing down is good for you, you know, as much as I'm enjoying stuff. As much as I am enjoying everything you cook up. You can't stop cooking. I don't know how you do it. Again, though, obviously I like some of your tracks more than others. Like, you agree that the spooky song in the code mix was a little bit rushed. and I will agree that the few changes that were made to the vocal patterns seemed a little bit off towards the end. But I did kind of like the style the instrumental was going for of that one. I've also tried to get some more objective opinions that aren't as heavily clouded as my opinion, because obviously my opinion is gonna be heavily influenced by personal like feelings. So I tried to see if I could maybe get some other people to play the mod and see what they think. Yeah, I'm trying to get some good insight into what other people think of what you cook. I do still think you cook, especially on the originals. Tried doing rent pie, but it's just not my thing. Too used to Lua coding. Fair enough. Anyway, let's see. I did kind of skip over some of Deadly's messages, which I apologize for. I want to stream a little more. As in my 6 months not streaming, I made $16, so I feel bad. You actually made money while not streaming. Wow. Yeah. I mean, hey, if you do come back, you will have to tell me ahead of time so I can try to be there. I just hope it's not while I have a shift. Imagine you actually do a decent stream and then at that particular day I have an evening shift, followed by a morning shift or something. I don't know. But yeah. Happy stuff is going on, you know. Anyway, DDLC, am I right?
Not really. College is just my full-time job. You are kinda getting the idea of how that is. You can say that again. College is just my full-time job. You are kinda getting the idea of how that is. Ass. You know, I still really miss the old days. The old days. You know, when everyone lived together. You ever think about back then? You're always bringing that up. But yeah, I remember. Do you remember story time? Yeah, of course I remember.
Do we get a flashback? Oh my god, we get a flashback. Official art MC. Looks like he belongs in an anime, not DDLC. I'm glad you agree. He doesn't feel like the dorky guy we get introduced to during the story, right? Like, this is the guy who always spends his free time on games and anime and barely has any social interaction, so why does he look like he works out? Again, I'm not saying it's a bad design, I'm just saying the design doesn't really match the character perfectly. And that the unofficial designs just work better in this case. Let's see if this is mostly makes this of a loose story I made in like 20 minutes. It's still gonna be fun, I think.
Algebra is hard.
Stick our MC better for sure. We all agree then.
Story time! Says it's not even close to bedtime yet, so it's not story time. I've gotta do homework. Mom said I could have story time.
I did say that.
Mom, I really do have to do homework.
I know, son, but she really is being a handful and wouldn't calm down until...
Story time, please! Alright.
I like how I'm still doing that voice even though this was before transition for Yuki, where she was still being called son by her parents. But I'm not gonna make up an entirely new voice for pre-transition for Yuki. Forget about it.
Yay!
But just one story, then for Yuki has to go back to his studies.
Okay.
The door closes. Yeah, for Yuki, so Natsuki's sister for Yuki, the blonde one, she is, trans. Yes, indeed she is. This is not lore accurate, imagine that. I mean, this is way back when. This is the pre-breakup flashback. Door closes.
Okay, so what do you want for story time? Mystery again. Another mystery. You want another Sherlock Holmes? Yeah. Alright, let me find the book. Okay. Mrs. Hudson, the landlady of Sherlock Holmes, was a long-suffering woman. What does landlady mean? It means she owns a house where he lives and he pays her money to live there. Oh. Like when Dad always has to pay the rent. Exactly like that, smart girl. Not only was her first floor flat invaded at all hours. What's a flat? It's a British word. It means apartment. What's an apartment? Like part of a building where people live, not a house, but like some rooms in a big building. We live in an apartment. This is an apartment. Okay. Not only was her first floor flat invaded at all hours by throngs of singular and often undesirable. What does singular mean? Oh, weird. Are there a lot of weird things? Yeah? Then why are they saying it's a single one? I guess because it's like when something is really weird, it's not like other things. It's a thing of its own, there's nothing else like it. It's the single one of its kind. Does that make sense? I think so. Singular and undesirable characters, but her remarkable lodger showed an eccentricity and... What's eccentricity?
The questions don't stop, Bones. They will never stop. Damn, no wonder she's so fascinated and into Yuri. Yuri spouting all the big words, and Natsuki was interested in the big words. Always interested in the big words.
Eccentricity. Eccentricity. What is it? It also means something is weird. It's weird that there are so many words for weird. As singular. Yeah. Those were good times. They were. Life was less complicated then. Now we're both college grown-ups. Of college grown-ups, with serious college studies and serious college significant others. That reminds me, who's Akito? How's Akito? They're doing fine, stressed out by college just like everyone else, but nothing extraordinary. Not treating you mean or anything? Of course not, you know how they treat me. Yeah, they've been good to you, I just have to check from time to time, you know? Because again, if they ever mistreat you, bam! Every time you bring them up, you threaten violence, so they know they'll have to answer to you if they misbehave with me. They live in constant terror of the thought. As well they should. Sis question. Answer, hopefully. Okay, this is just between us, okay? Of course it is. I wouldn't ever tell anyone something just you and I talked about unless I was really sure you were cool with it. I know, I just wanted to be really sure about this. So like, as a fellow monogamous bisexual, like, do you ever feel like you're missing out? Missing out? Yeah, on like, genders you're not with.
Oh, that's, interesting. This is going in an interesting direction. What? The official MC wasn't meant to be taken, really, so I think we just can take this one and say it's the real one. Yeah, we absolutely can. I always can't do a high voice for Natsuki, so I end up making her sound like a smoker. Surprisingly fitting, considering that, you know, in this mod, Natsuki actually did start smoking. Oh, Natsuki is real. Interesting interesting question for Natsuki to have indeed, isn't it? Is indeed?
For me, I just am with one girl. And it's great. I honestly love her so much and she makes me happy all the time. But sometimes I think, man, there are a lot of experiences I'm missing out by never dating a guy. And that makes me feel guilty to think that because honestly, Yuri's so wonderful. I shouldn't feel like she's giving me any kind of incomplete experience because she's not. And I really wouldn't want to date more than one person either. So like, is this something you ever think about? I used to a long time ago when Akito and I were first dating. Why not anymore? Well, I realized the whole line of thought was a big trap. Think about it this way. Aren't you missing out on a ton of experiences by just dating one person? Forget about the idea that Yuri's a woman. What if you dated some other woman? It would be completely different, right? Tons of different experiences. Yeah, but guys are like a whole different class. Because of what? Personality? Everyone's got a different personality. Physical equipment? Everyone's got different physical equipment. And everyone's completely different in bed too, if we care about that. Thinking that there's some special set of mystical experiences you're missing out on because of boys is just buying way too much into the importance of the gender binary, babe. Yeah, guys are different. Of course they're different. Everyone is different. Smart people are different from dumb people. Tall people are different from short people. And people who watch TV all day are different from people who jog all day. The only reason you have this anxiety about missing out on guys is that society is telling you that male versus female is super important compared to these other differences. When really it's not. It's just a difference in people the same as any other. Don't get conned into thinking that there's something super magical about the gender divide. I mean, yeah, you'll miss out on experiences if the only person you ever date is Yuri. But don't miss out on an experience but you'll miss out on experience no matter who you date because everyone is super different.
Very based indeed. Fuyuki knows what's up. Very smart. Natsuki hates polycules real. I mean, again, polycules aren't for everyone. Maintaining a polycule is a lot of work. I can see why that would be something that Natsuki wouldn't want to do. There's my answer, Fuyuki. I might be gay now. Gender roles and experiences are overrated. Indeed. What matters is how well a person clicks with you. And that doesn't have to be because of one specific aspect. It has to be the collective of the person in its entirety. You can't just be with a person just because of one aspect, be that aspect their gender or something else. Or their biological sex if you want to go back that far. But yeah. Let's see, what else? Does she have any more wisdom to share?
That's just the way the world is. Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's just the whole society thing, like you said, but somehow the feeling that I'm missing out by never seriously dating a boy is really strong. But I used to think it was like a fact rather than a feeling. After talking to you, I think it's more just like an irrational nagging down with no justification. Well, that's good to hear. Man, where's the waiter? Feels like we've been waiting for our food for a million years. Yeah, I need a refill too. My glass is bone dry.
That analogy has always struck me as inapropos. Bones are, after all, particularly dry, at least while in use.
Yuri has just been sitting here the entire time. Yuri has just been sitting here the entire time while this conversation was going on. Also while in use. I mean, yes, an exposed skeleton will be pretty dry. While in use? I mean, yeah. Currently, my bones should be pretty moist, if you want to call them that. Again, bone dry is really only something you'd experience from a skeleton when they're out and about. Also, bones! Bones, what can you tell me? What can people tell us about bones while bones being in use? Any specific attributes we should know about you being in use? You. I'm sorry. Okay, that was probably. I'm sorry. I went for the obvious joke and yeah, no, that was actually no. I retract that. Yuri jumpscare, I didn't even know she was there. Nobody knew.
They are covered at all times in extremely wet viscera.
Well, I deserve that. I deserve that. Fair. There's more head trauma. I can never escape it.
You know, it really seems like there are some experiences you can only get with this woman as your girlfriend. So true.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm a little late. I had a few questions for my professor. Did I miss anything?
Nah, nothing important. You just missed me missing you.
Bonged. Yeah, but he didn't even go for the bong. He went for the full-on anvil attack. Which, again, I guess I deserved. Anyway, the club is back. Yay. And it's the only MC we acknowledge as the canon design.
Well, everyone's here, I think. Time to get started. Although, other than poems and emails, I don't really have a plan today. I've been so busy with this and that, I didn't think of an activity for us today. We've run through everybody's names, and I don't think anyone's finished any of their modding projects yet, assuming we're doing that again.
Okay. I guess I get bonged both ways. I should never complain about anything. You might live to regret. The regards are strong. Ouch. Pain. Your decisions. Some choices can never be undone. Ah! Stop! Nope. Okay, I guess we're doing this now. Just in time. The save! The save! The save was so strong it actually froze me for a second. Well, that's gonna keep me safe for a moment, won't it? That anvil just bounced right off. Your endless well of points means nothing now. I've never seen this one before. It's a relatively new one. It is a relatively new one. Indeed. Go turn gay. Head back to lurking immediately. Yes, code. No redeem to remove invincibility. Yes, that is correct. Coward. I mean, it wears off eventually. I actually don't remember exactly how long it lasts. But it's not a super long redeem. Don't expect this to be anywhere near as long as the Kochon redeem. It's a lot cheaper as well to make up for the, you know. You know, this is, I think, the first time... I was 10. Got it. Thank you for the reminder. But yeah, I think this was the first time this redeem got fully actually properly utilized. Like, the only other time I showed this off was when I first introduced it. So we're going rainbow mode. Again. Almost forgot that I had this.
Of course we're doing that again. The people demand my genius mods. But I'm kinda curious as to what's got you busy to such an extent that you are saying you're busy. You have a super high threshold for busyness.
I will be known as the first. Yes, you shall be known as the first, Eric. The first person to actually want to protect me. Impossible. People like that exist.
Well, there's the whole business with me starting another club, as you know.
Natsuki nods solemnly.
I've been talking to Miss Ida about various reality stuff, trying to manage a few interpersonal things, I guess. Of course, there is the whole question of me being here to be a student who does classwork at some point.
And there's clearly an and here that you're not telling us.
And perhaps I have a good reason for not telling you.
Tell us no secrets in the literature club.
I don't recall that being a rule. Well, why not tell you guys? Why not tell you guys, I guess? Just, this is literature club information only, okay? For a bunch of reasons.
Oh boy.
But, so, Ryan is homeless, it turns out. He's been sleeping under a bench on campus, and I noticed, and, well, to make a long story short, he moved in with me after I invited him.
Wow. Happy smile on MC's face, happy smile on Sayori's face, very, very, very shocked expression from Natsuki, and a relaxed smile on Yuri's face. Like, everyone's... Why is Natsuki the only one taking this so weirdly? Maybe they're idle until they say something. Yes.
Hi, I'm CodeErr and I'm scared of bones and her bonk point redeems. Also, I sniff feet, quoted directly from Code Definitely.
Ah, yes. That. Totally. You know, the weird thing is I wouldn't be the first VTuber to publicly talk about sniffing feet. That honor would go to Hachama. But no. No such thing for me, I apologize. I apologize if that shattered any preconceived images you had about me in your head.
Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a romantic situation. This is just to give him a place to stay. We're in different bedrooms, so don't get the wrong idea.
Of course not. A very friendly platonic non-date and now a very friendly platonic cohabitation. It is the natural progression of things.
Don't make fun!
And yes, Natsuki's still processing. Natsuki's still processing.
I really think that Monica's doing this just because she doesn't want a friend to be homeless. Thank you, Sayori.
I'm mostly kidding, lest you take it too seriously. Mostly.
I didn't know he was homeless. That's rough. Guess he has a place to stay now, though. What's the deal with him being homeless? He really has no other place to go?
He really doesn't. His parents died when he was young, and ever since he's bounced between places. Now that he's an adult, the government thinks the college ought to give him housing, but the college thinks the government still ought to give him housing. It's a whole thing.
And the college is seriously okay with one of its students just being homeless? Natsuki still has not recovered from the shock, by the way.
I don't think they know.
Ha, fool. No impacts. Testing. As well you should. Guess my VTuber's kinda homeless. Still testing. Yeah, you gotta figure out the limits after all. Nah, everything should be safe. I should be fully protected. By the way, can I just say, the invincibility was probably the hardest redeem I've implemented thus far. Makes it a bit of a shame that it's only gotten properly used once so far. But yeah, the hardest one to set up. Because in order to set this one up, I had to basically rework a bunch of the previous redeems as well, so they work accordingly. Had to go around, mess with everything, make everything more complicated just for this redeem to work properly. Speaking of, I probably should add more redeems again at some point. I'll have to think of a special occasion that would warrant making, like, a new redeem. And I'd have to think of what the redeem would even be. Also, I do think that it would eventually be nice to have more throwables again. Ever since I switched programs, the amount of different throwables that exist has gone down significantly. But to add new custom throwables, I'd have to look up assets, and I kind of don't want to grab any additional assets that aren't included with the program itself, because I don't know. The main reason is, well, then again, I guess I had to do something similar for the anvil. The thing is, I don't want to use too many things that other people have made, because the whole point of this channel has always been that it's a very, you know, self-made kind of channel, where I do everything myself. Now that, of course, means I could just make custom assets, but don't expect me to be good at 3D modeling of anything, please and thank you. Funny redeem where you switch to G2 with FNF's problem. Interesting. Not sure how well I could do that. Because model switches are always like a thing that I have to do manually. I kind of want to add more stuff that is actually automated, where people can use the redeem and it'll actively trigger without me having to do stuff. Because that's always more fun. Because it's always more fun when you can do stuff to the streamer rather than the streamer doing stuff, I think. But yeah, I can think of more things. The invincibility one was kind of a creative decision where I was like, hang on, flash of inspiration, what if? What if you couldn't hurt me?
I think they figure he's probably bombing housing off of some other student, although you're not supposed to do that on campus housing. But you don't live on campus housing! Exactly, so it all works out.
Natsuki, you okay there? Ah, okay, she recovered.
Yeah, I'm fine. Not weird at all.
Surprised to hear about Ryan living with Monica?
Oh, yeah, actually. I did not expect that at all.
I mean, it's not a very expected outcome, I would say.
You are so right, Monica, so right.
Also, Enderiden? I hope I said it correctly. Hi, welcome to the stream. Why does the MC have the Natsuki stand? What? I mean, I guess he stands in a similar way, but Natsuki can't put her hands in her pockets. Also, Ender also works. Okay, I'll just call you Ender then. Anyway, hi. Hello. Don't mind the invincibility. It will probably wear off soon, as Bones is pointing out, and then I'll get assaulted by chat again. I'm scared. Oh, when the arm cross. Yeah, I mean, let him have his poses. Let him have his poses. I mean, he's a fan-made design. Gotta reuse some stuff. Oh no, I'm scared.
You are so right, Monica, so right. Completely unexpectable.
She's doing the thing again.
Well, I guess I did put a pretty good shock into everyone's system of that.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for that one. And that one. We get it. We get it. The invincibility has worn off and now I will face your wrath. I understand. I understand. I have reflected upon my words. Please believe me. Is that okay? Do you believe? Okay, can I, is it safe? Can I go on?
Well, I guess I did put a pretty good shock in everyone's system with that. I remember Natsuki being stunned for a solid 2 minutes after seeing Sayori and MC together for the first time. Not that this is any kind of similar situation, of course.
Yeah, of course not.
And with the rest of club. What were we doing next again?
We're trying to figure out what to do next since we had run out of names to draw and we're not ready to do mods.
Well, how about this? Just some good old-fashioned totally free time like in the old days. Does that sound good to everyone?
Oh, hell yeah, I love free time. It's not the same without a closet. Oh well.
I think I should take some time to myself to read. I hardly get the chance anymore. Solitude is increasingly a rarity.
And I have a ton of work to do. Because if I don't do it now, I won't have time to study later. Whew.
She seems really tired these days. Free time! We like free time. Always do. That means we get to spend time with all our favorite characters. To have a relationship with him. Which honestly would be healthy for her. It would be healthy for her to have a relationship with someone in her own reality. Someone who she can actually interact with properly, you know? And not some kind of weird being from a super reality that she can never reach. She seems really tired these days.
Yeah. She'll be alright though. It's Monica.
You're right, it is Monica. So what do you want to do? I would offer to watch anime like we used to in the club, but we kinda watch anime all the time in each other's rooms already.
Well, we could watch more. Or I guess we could, like, be more proper and literary. And read a book.
Sounds like anime it is.
Yay!
Who to check up on? I think we all know what the correct choice here is. You say anime, I'm on my way. Of course. How very nice. I am looking forward to season 2 of this, by the way. Ah, Frieren. Good old Frieren. Daily fact of the day. A daily fact of the day, I see. CSR was invented in 1924. Very interesting fact, also hi Digi. Frieren, good anime. Say less, indeed. And Frieren is a good one. Again, it feels weird watching it as someone who speaks German. Because you see the character name, and you're immediately like, okay, I know what you're about. Because the character names are totally not giving away the entire character. Like, take, like when they go to that one city where there's that, again, slight spoilers here by the way for Frieren, so don't listen to this. I'm just addressing character names. But when they get to that one city where there's that demon that is visiting and is like trying to get diplomatic relationships going, right? And they reveal his name, and his name is Lugner. I'm just sitting there like, oh yeah. Oh no, that's a trustworthy guy. Oh, I like how trustworthy this guy is. There is nothing about him that screams liar. Ignore the fact that his name is literally Liar. Truly, it's perfect. If there's one person I can trust more than anything, it's the guy named Liar. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff you, as someone... This is going to go well. As someone who speaks German, this is the kind of stuff you just get out of Frieren. But it is sometimes kind of funny. Definitely. When are they gonna watch Konosuba? They talked about it before. I think MC and Sayori already watched Konosuba. I'm pretty sure they did. Seems like the kind of anime they would have watched already. It might have come up before, but I don't remember for certain. Anyway, I should warn you, I'm pretty strong. Stronger than me, stronger than our the guillotine, yup. Again, Frieren unironically aura farming when she killed Aura. Insane how that works out, huh? I doubt that.
Oh man! He's gonna get it now!
Yikes. Man, she's kinda ruthless, isn't she?
She is! She knows she's doing the right thing, but dang! It's like earlier when she tried to kill that little demon girl. And then Himmel tried to save the girl. But then she turned out to be evil anyway. And Frieren was like, yeah, this is why I'm so callous about them.
She just does what needs to be done. Or so much she killed Aura, exactly. As long as she's convinced it's the right thing.
It kind of reminds me of Monica.
You think? I mean, definitely, she used to be like that. A lot. I think she's more mellow now.
Just like Frieren.
Also, yes, I will try to pronounce it like you're supposed to pronounce it. Yes, people usually pronounce it as Frieren. But if you're exact about how that word is supposed to be pronounced, it would be Frieren. I will try to lean into the German pronunciation of these German names when I can. When I'm not too much in the flow of English. I'm not sure if Frieren's quite that soft, quite as softened as Monica yet. Hashtag roll your R's.
Oh, I've become softened, have I?
I didn't mean it like anything bad.
Oh, and how did you mean it then? Oh, come on, Monica. You know you've softened a little bit at least. Well, maybe a little. You would know better than anyone. Yeah, especially ever since you met Ryan. You mellowed out a lot.
Stop teasing her.
Did I upset you? I was just joking a little. I didn't mean anything. No, it's fine, Sayori. I guess that subject is just a sore one for me right now. Everyone likes to assume things about it. I understand. I'm sorry, Monica. It's okay, Sayori. Don't worry about it. I'll just let you guys get back to Frieren. Sorry for interrupting. That was stupid. I wish I hadn't said that.
Hey, you were just trying to do a little bit of light teasing. You had no way to know that she was sensitive about it.
I should have figured it out. I should have.
Sayori suddenly shakes her head vigorously.
Okay, I'm not gonna let it get to me. I'm ready to keep Frieren-ing.
That's my girl. Okay, I'm hitting Clay. Now, who to check up on? Well, since Monica just walked in on them, I guess we'll go to her next.
Oh, hi, Code. I still don't know how I feel about Sayori and MC watching anime in here.
Don't worry about it.
It's not like it bothers any of the other members. I'm just not sure it's particularly literary, I suppose. But, well, it doesn't hurt anything. But how are you doing? Been quite a year so far, hasn't it? I would talk to you more about my current situation, but I'd rather not do that in front of everyone.
So are you dating Ryan yet? When will there be children?
For obvious reasons. We can talk about it later. Other than that topic, what do you think of my year so far? I only have a little bit of time to talk, so I can probably only talk about one thing.
Haha! But I can save this time! If you can only talk about one thing, then joke's on you. I can go back and talk about the other things later. Are you guys considering how much he's taking on? The solid advice would be don't overwork. What do you think? One thing, the humble thing called the time manipulator. Time manipulation. Yes, I can do that. Except some choices can never be undone. Some choices can never be undone. Which is why I was like happy that I was able to save here. Because so many times in this mod, in past episodes, and by that I mean like a few of the episodes this season, a choice came up, I tried to save, and then the game, and then as I hit the slot, it was like some choices can never be undone and refused to let me save no matter what. And if I tried to, like, go back to an older save and fast forward to it, then it would just not even bring up the choice anymore. So I probably shouldn't offer suggestions. True. Speak another language other than English. そうですか。じゃあ、日本語はいいですか？でも、僕はまだ日本語で、上手じゃないです。今、じゃあ、みんなお元気ですか？今日はどうですか？どうでしたか？みんなはこのゲームが好きですか？Now give me a Nah, don't worry about it. いいえ、いいえ、いいえ。We're completely 大丈夫 over here. You don't need to speak Nihongo with Boku. But, yeah. I also think she shouldn't overwork herself. So let's go with that. Don't overwork.
I don't really overwork, do I?
Oh god, there's kanji in there. Money. I don't know how to pronounce the kanji, but the stuff after that is Kisugi Naidene. Kisugi Naidene. Kisugi Naidene. Which I assume is like what you said, like the money, don't overwork yourself. But I can't read that kanji. That one character in there is making it hard for me. Damn it! My Japanese vocab is failing me. Oh god damn it, no! No, I don't understand, Bones. I'm sorry, I will no longer speak Japanese. I apologize. Ich kann stattdessen Deutsch reden, wenn das besser ist. Vielleicht ist das ja etwas angenehmer. Ein kleines bisschen Deutsch, um den Stream etwas interessanter zu gestalten. No, seriously, let's get back to the language we all collectively understand. No one needs to be excluded here.
I don't really overwork, do I? I mean, I do a lot of work, sure. Always have. That's just the way I am. I mean, I guess it is more recently, but it's not more than I can handle, I think. Well, funnily enough, I actually have to focus on finishing this fencing club stuff. Ironic, I know.
Hopefully. Let's get back to it, yeah. Je ne comprends pas allemand, no. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna try. Also, hi Kaylee. Ah, since you just arrived, Bones has spotted a mistake. Bones has spotted a mistake early on in this episode. I think it's no longer, we can't see the history anymore because it was pretty early on in the episode. But Yuri messed up her punctuation. Yuri messed up her punctuation in a sentence. A horrible mistake. There was no period at the end of one of her sentences in the beginning. All I remember was after she called Natsuki her beloved again, which she often does. Yeah, it was the moment where Yuri and Natsuki were like together in their room, and yeah, she missed the period at the end of her sentence. How could she? The scandal, exactly. Yuri of all people. Anyway, hope you're well. Happy to have ya. Happy to have ya. Hope your day's been going well. I was on the roof. There was the roof convo. I thought it was their dorm room convo. Well, it was one of their conversations. But yeah, it was towards the end of it. might be the one you called yesterday. Ah, I see. So Bones is not the only one.
It'll be time for poems soon, and I really need to have this finished before club kicks off again. We'll talk soon in more privacy, I promise, okay?
Might be. I see. Felt like I should as well mention it. And again, we're going in order with characters coming up. We went with MC and Sayori first, and then Monica interrupted them, and now we talked to Monica and Natsuki yelled, so obviously we're going to Natsuki next. And who knows, maybe Yuri will come up in this little side moment. CodeErr wa Nihongo o... what are those two characters? CodeErr-san... CodeErr wa Nihongo o... I don't something Japanese. That's not speak. Yeah, we already did the Frieren content, I'm sorry. I was talking about some of the obvious names of characters. Like a demon literally called Liar. So, yeah. That's not Benkyo Shinai, is it? No, that's not right. Yeah, no, it isn't. What are those characters? I don't something. Does not... Is it? Huh. これはとっても可愛いですね。そうですか? Yeah, we shouldn't go down this rabbit hole. Again, it'll distract us so much. Man, my Japanese, I need to improve it. I need to improve it. Who insists on pronouncing Frieren's name the proper German way? I mean, if I can pronounce her as Frieren, I will pronounce her as Frieren. Although it does seem a little bit weird to randomly drop German words like frieren in the middle of an otherwise English sentence. But other than that, we're good. Now I don't recall if I pronounced... you know... Yeah, I think I just called her Aura. I think I called her Aura instead of Aura. Again, if we're going with the German pronunciation, which all the characters have German names, so Aura's name would also be the German pronunciation of that word, which would be Aura. So I should have pronounced her name correctly as well. Technically. And I apologize for not pronouncing her like that. Natsuki is huddled in a desk at the back corner of the room reading manga.
Haruko, you have the patience of a saint. I definitely wouldn't have given that guy a chance. At first, anyway. I guess you saw something in him. I guess you were right about him in the end.
Fake German. I know, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for being fake. You found the faker.
But you had no way of knowing that this early in the story. And Sakuragi's kind of a doofus. Is it really possible to tell if someone's capable of big things even if they seem like a loser? Man, talking to myself again, hopefully not weirding everyone else out. Where's a carefully preserved human skeleton to talk to when a girl really needs one?
Just like the demon named Liar. You mean Lügner? Yes, that one. Natsuki sighs. Natsuki what? Oh, right, I should bring this up in their old school where they had the original literature club and everything. In one of the classrooms, there was like a skeleton for, you know, biology stuff and things. You know how you sometimes have that for biology class? Sayashi Gang Rise Up, indeed. The skeleton was called Sayashi, and Yeah. We talk to Sayashi all the time when we can. Oh, Natsuki sighs.
You cannot be serious, Sakuragi. I've read this before and I'm exasperated with you.
Who to check up on? I guess there's only Yuri left now. Yuri is reading by herself. She is somewhat tense.
What you reading?
Oh, Sayori, you startled me.
Well, only fair since you like sneaking up on everyone else so much.
I suppose that is fair. I'm rereading a collection of Edgar Allan Poe short stories.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him. Are they good?
Oh yes, they're quite good if a little unsettling.
Unsettling how?
Well, in this last one, a man is tied to on his back to a table of sorts, and for hours, perhaps days, he sees a large blade above him, swing back and forth, very slightly lower each time.
Wow, yikes!
Yikes indeed. And in this one, a man tricks another man down into some underground tunnels. In a small little niche of the tunnels, he chains the man to the rock and then uses brick and mortar to wall him up in the tunnel alive.
But why?
That's not well explained. Some manner of insult or other. Poe does not seem to care too much about the reason for the setting. He just cares for the horror setting itself, putting lavish detail into descriptions of the terrible scenario.
Creepy!
Yes, that is, after all, the point.
It's kinky? Never mind. Yeah, not kinky in this case.
I still don't get why you'd want to be scared.
Fear, terror, and moral horror are part of being human. Never to acknowledge nor to confront the darkness within us all is dishonest. And furthermore, that which is great, beautiful, and lovely within us cannot exist without a tension with its opposite. As Khalil Gibran put it, the deeper the sorrow that carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. And something similar happens with horror and beauty. They are merely different faces of the same coin, and the horrible can be beautiful just as surely as the beautiful can be horrible.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool story indeed.
I've gotta get back to MC.
Oh, of course.
Yuri visibly shudders as she continues reading.
Yes, this will work quite well as an idea, I think.
An idea for what? What are you getting ideas for there, Yuri? Hang on a second. Probably just brainstorming ideas for her mod, if I had to guess. Right, that's what I think this is implying. But it could be for anything. The reason I clarified that the English was mostly mixed is that it's 6 songs, with the last being original. Ooh, we got another original as well. Now that's good. Some kinky shit. You know what? You never know what Yuri might be into. Maybe she'll bring up something to Natsuki next time they're in the bedroom.
Okay, everyone, gather around. Time for poems now, I think. This week we didn't have any prompt. It was just to write what you feel like. How do we all feel about choose your own topic week? Did we like it? I did. Although I ended up writing something pretty familiar seeming, even though I tried not to.
Like Scrabble, indeed like Scrabble.
Yeah, I like being able to write whatever. I'm not sure I would want to do it every week, but I was able to think of an idea and create it really quickly with no restrictions.
Yeah, I agree, although I think that the forced topic is usually a good thing. If we always had to come up with our own idea, I think I'd be paralyzed most of the time. But when you usually have to write a prompt and are suddenly given freedom, it's really liberating, and I felt very creative.
I find the prompts highly restrictive in general, so I appreciated a free week. Often what I want to write about does not fit cleanly into any category after all. I was pleased with my work this week.
Well, maybe I'm the only one, but I was super struggling with no prompt.
No immerment? What immerment? What? Should I know? Should I know your big fancy words?
I really like the prompts. Makes it easy to hone in on what exactly I want to write about. Nice, easy path to follow, I guess. I had to think of an idea for like an hour on this one. And even then my idea was pretty shit.
I doubt that.
No, really. Take a look for yourself.
Lingering. I forgot to do something. I don't know what it is. Something really bad is going to happen because of it. I don't know what that is either. It's out there, coming towards me. I don't know when it's going to get here. I don't know where to look to see it coming. Maybe if I can think hard enough I can remember. But I never can seem to. This is like torture. It ruins my free moments. It torments me even at rest. The whole week is consumed by it. Oh wait, I forgot to write my poem. That's what it was. Wow. I mean, I can see why Natsuki wouldn't like it. I think it's a fun little twist. Alright.
Oh man, I totally get it. That sense of dread. I don't think this is bad at all. I think it's really good.
Feel like she did it last minute. She might have, considering the poem was about forgetting about the poem. It might have been like a moment where she was getting ready. Okay, time for club. Oh wait, a poem, and then she remembered. I wouldn't doubt that might be part of the inspiration for this one. But then again, she said specifically she took like an hour to come up with the topic, so who can say? But then again, maybe that was today. Like today she remembered, oh crap, the poem, that's still a thing. And then she tried to come up with a topic and then she was like, guess I gotta write about that.
I doubt you get a huge sense of dread about having to write your poem for the week, Sayori.
Well, yeah, I don't usually worry about that, but I do worry about stuff in exactly the way you describe it here. I totally get it.
Yeah, me too. Especially since college started, there's so much to keep track of. Every day I feel just so much anxiety that something's going to go wrong. And like I'm going to mess everything up forever. Probably not over poems. But just like Sayori said, that feeling in the first 3 verses of the poem is very familiar.
I think it's a perfectly serviceable Natsuki poem, and that you were too hard on yourself. I appreciate the twist in this one, that the terrible looming problem was just the poem itself.
Look, you might not see it this way, but the poem is a big project for me. I stress about it. I'm not saying that we should stop doing poems. I like when it's done and I've made something, and when people like my poem, I'm super psyched about it. But when I need to make one and I haven't done it yet, I definitely stress over it.
To this extent?
Not usually this bad, no. This is a little bit of a poetic license, although sometimes I do stress pretty bad over it.
She also is very secretive about her literature club poem. She does not want me to see it or even ask about it. I think in part because she does not want to be reminded that it needs to be finished.
You know me so well.
I would say, beloved, that while this is not the best poem you have ever written, it is up to your normal high level of quality. And I agree with the others that you have judged it too harshly.
Thanks, babe.
Yes, I thought it was very good. Who wants to go next? Sayori? Oh, sure. Mine is kind of a weird one, though.
Hell is wishful thinking. Okay, then. I hope hell isn't real. I don't really think anyone deserves it. Even the really bad people. Even the really bad people got that way without them choosing it at first. The world is just really hard, and it's easy to mess up really badly. But I get why people want it. Sometimes you look at the world, and you see really bad people. And they've become so bad that they laugh as they wound. And you can't do anything about it. Because a lot of really bad people are really strong and invincible. That's why they're laughing. And it makes you so insane to see it. That a hell seems like a good idea. Not even really to punish the bad people, or because you want them to suffer, but because you want the universe to make sense. Huh. Interesting. This whole thing about hoping it's not real, but also because you want the universe to make sense, like kind of acknowledging why it would not be a bad idea for it to exist. Okay, I see.
I would not normally have expected a poem of such angry tone from you. Is this a function of your improving mental health?
Yeah, probably. I didn't used to feel angry very much either. You can't feel angry if you focus on how bad you are.
Cool story, Sayori.
But it's happening more now that I feel better about myself. And it turns out there's a lot of stuff in the world to be angry about. Very true. I'm sorry you have to feel this way, but I totally understand this feeling. You feel this way too sometimes, Monica? Oh yeah, a lot of the time. I've gotten used to it. Unfortunately, for better or for worse, nothing magic happens to make the world fair and equitable. It'll only have fairness that you create within it. That sounds like something you'd be better at doing than me. I think we all make the world better in some small ways as best we can.
Your poems are getting a little less fairy tale, I think.
What do you mean?
Well, your poems used to sound like fairy tales or nursery rhymes. That was just your style. This one has a little bit of that. No! Another person I can't understand! Where did all this French stuff where do all these French people keep coming from? Oh well, the people who can speak French doesn't mean that they are French. But maybe they are. Maybe I should be scared. My chat is getting invaded. Doing well? Glad to hear that, glad to hear that. Natsuki, huh? I hope it's fine if I just call you Natsuki. Although that would get confusing because there is a Natsuki on screen currently as well. Oh no, he's the French. Go trapped by us. Oh no. Comics Volume 2, I focused more on making it feel like a mix with freestyles and stuff. To be honest, I've only done that in a few songs. Still, that is something I'm looking forward to. Again, take all the time you need with Volume 2. All the time you need. I assume the Christmas update doesn't count as Volume 2 yet. Duh. But still, excitement. Though you could totally give all the volumes like a title, like Volume 2, the Glitchmas update, Volume 3, the whatever theme you could think of for that update, stuff like that. You totally could do that, having a little subtitle for it. This one has a little bit of that. It uses simple words to start, like talking about bad people and messing up, rather than something more... some more Yuri word, no offense.
None taken.
But then over time it gets more serious and the vocabulary gets more sophisticated. Even within just the poem, the author seems to go from naive to embittered. I thought it was super cool.
Thanks.
I concur entirely with MC. I think giving the author a whole character development arc in 3 stanzas is pretty cool. I'm definitely used to more structure and rhyming from you, but I think the absence of it works in this one. And that is my critique.
And thank you for your critique. Why don't you go next, Natsuki?
Because I just went, doofus.
Oh, right. MC, how about you then?
Sure thing. Speaking German, and we were both struggling. Yes, indeed. Everyone can struggle if I do that. In fact, no, everyone will struggle if I start speaking Japanese, because that is one that I'm not particularly good at either. I am trying, okay? But it's hard. Nihongo wa honto ni muzikashi desu yo ne. Anyway, sure thing. I feel like mine might be a little different for me too. Ancestors. Chotto muzikashi. Baka. Ah yes, one of the few words everyone understands. Baka. Ancestors. People who came before me, spent their whole lifetimes building, thinking, stressing, and sweating over things that are everyday now. Keeping food cold, keeping lights on, an irrigation ditch system, a road, a satellite, each someone's life's work, a skipping stone they skipped into the future, in hopes it would make someone's life better. To the point where now I take it for granted that irrigation ditch has always been there, and so there's always rice on the shelf. And somewhere one of my ancestors smiles, I hope. So when I dance with their feet. And when I look, I see things they could never have known. And I see it with their eyes. And I see it for their sake. Because they deserve a look at their future.
Oh, this is very lovely indeed.
Yeah. There's honestly just thinking of all the technological process we've gone through is a lot. Like the last show that really made me think about that obviously is Dr. Stone, which by the way, the next part of the final season should start sometime soon. I think a trailer for it dropped recently. Have to check if the trailer announced when exactly the next part of it starts airing. But yeah, Dr. Stone is one of those shows that really makes you appreciate the kind of stuff we have. Facing point to you. Ah. One of my ancestor. Well, you get your own points there. Good. MC looks like Bachira in Blue Lock. Can't say I'm familiar with Blue Lock. Isn't Blue Lock the famous, infamous slideshow anime? Isn't that the one? Might be mistaken, but that might be the one, right? And if it is, that's all I know about it. To be fair though, One Punch Man joined in the whole slideshow animation thingy recently, right? Dog walk? Alright, see ya later.
Oh, this is very lovely indeed. I may indeed go right to the front of the preference list of poems authored by you.
Aw, thanks. High praise coming from you.
The praise is sincere. The message of this poem resonates for me very much.
And for me, the continuity of the human project is really important. Is a really important thing for me. I don't hold a lot of things very sacred, but the idea that it takes all of humanity working together across time is a really emotionally compelling one for me. Even if it's simulated humanity or humanity in a super reality, that idea is a very beautiful one, and you've captured it in a very lovely fashion, MC. It's a really mature sounding poem coming from you. I would have maybe expected Yuri or Monica to write something like this, but you're getting all serious as a poet. You're way better than me now.
Whoa, it may be a good poem, but nowhere am I better than you. Every single poem you've ever written is better than every single poem I've ever written.
That's definitely not true. You've been getting better and better ever since you've joined.
That's true, he has. But you are really, really good yourself, Sayo. Anyway, great poem, MC. Agreed, it's one of your best work.
It's some of your best work. I was gonna say one of your best works would be, but some of your best work is okay.
Some of your best work. I love the way you see the work of other people all around you.
Starting my D&D game, got a blast. Lyrics I'm playing. Ooh, have fun with D&D. Have fun. You playing or you dungeon mastering? Which is it? Tell me before you leave if you can. Either way, I hope you have a lot of fun. If you're dungeon mastering, I hope your players don't drive you insane, and if you're playing, I hope you don't drive the dungeon master insane. Player. Well, be nice to the DM. But also don't be. Go all out. Do whatever. Be crazy.
Love the way you see the work of other people all around you. It's really touching. And even more so is the responsibility you feel for living your life for them in part. It's really sweet.
Well, I'm glad it was so affecting.
Alright, I'll do mine next.
Firelight. All beauty everywhere is a flame. Flames are beautiful. They entrance us with their light, their heat, their hypnotic swaying back and forth. But it's all a flame, slowed down. Every flower is a little lick of flame. Every song is the teeniest crackle. Every person is a little sway of blue-orange flicker. The only way you can ever see anything is because something is burning to throw light on it. The only way anything is ever worth seeing is because something is burning to make it. All beauty everywhere is a flame. Flames burn quickly. So a whole thing about beauty in a moment, right? Everything is a flame, flames burn quickly, all beauty must pass.
I see what you meant when you said it was something typical for you, but I'm not sure it is quite. Obviously, your unending melancholy about entropy remains, but in a way it's beautiful in its simplicity. It is quite reductive, as might be expected from you, and yet in its reduction it exposes a great deal of fundamental beauty at the heart of reality. Such is the goal of poetry. Very well done.
Yeah, I too have a bunch of pretentious intelligentsia shit to say. Kidding, babe, I love you.
Of course.
I don't know, it's hard for me to describe what I like best about this. It's a thing that's very Monica. Her poems feel rhythmic even though they don't really have a strict meter sometimes. She doesn't overwhelm you with words either, it's very pinpoint, I guess. Like you enunciate the words even in your mind. Not sure that makes sense.
It makes complete sense, and it's very much intentional, so I'm happy to hear you take that away from the poem.
Just out of curiosity, why is it that you write so often about this topic? I mean, I get that it's a thing you think about a lot, about, and takes up a lot of space in your brain, but when you write a poem, is it just the thing you have as your go-to?
No, it's not even intentional, really. And honestly, it doesn't take up that much brain space, as you put it. It's just that when I go to write a poem, when I do that in particular, that's all I end up thinking about. It needs a really strong prompt to get me to think about something else. I guess I'd say it takes up a bunch of the brain space that I look through when trying to think of a poem.
Don't you think that you'd be happier if you worried less about, everything?
Yeah, I probably would be. But I can't help it. I'm not even sure I want to stop worrying about it. Not thinking about it and worrying about it feels like giving into it.
But the whole point of the disorder thing is that there is nothing you can do about it. What do you gain by worrying about it? Isn't it better to just not worry about it and enjoy the ride? Isn't that what would make for the biggest overall happiness in your philosophy?
Maybe so. But I'm not sure I'm capable of not worrying about it even if I tried. Anyway, enough about me. Let's hear Yuri's poem.
As you wish.
Alright. The final one, the pit. In darkness I came on a greater darkness. A deep well I could not see the bottom of. In a pitch-black room. It does not have raised walls as a roof. It is just a hole in the ground. A pit to nowhere. In its downward tunnel, an ever-contracting set of rings. The stonework of the well focusing downward. I do not speak of what is at the bottom of the well, for I do not know what is at the bottom of the well. I do not know if the well has a bottom, or if it opens suddenly onto a greater darkness still, deep beneath the earth. Here I circle warily around the edge, in fear lest I fall, or disturb it in carelessness, not knowing that the pit was placed there for that exact purpose, for darkness that will cure ills, an unending pit into blackness, out of which light will come. Huh. Dog walk concluded, welcome back! Just in time for the last poem. And then, emails.
Mysterious! It's been a while since a Yuri poem where I had no idea what was going on. I guess you're not just going to tell us, right?
Right.
Well, it's a really hard one for me to figure out. The pit seems spooky and like maybe it's a bad thing, but then it turns out to be a darkness out of which there is light, I guess. Maybe the whole thing is a metaphor about how bad circumstances have good consequences.
A plausible interpretation, the pit, well, is even carefully designed and wrought. Perhaps bad circumstances were the intent, means to reaching the good consequences.
But then why is there so much detail about the well?
I did not say your interpretation was correct, merely that it was plausible.
Very pleasant read, this one. It isn't just defiantly opaque and meaningless. It kind of tantalizes you to get closer and try to understand it. It's very inviting as poems go.
A most lovely compliment, thank you.
You know, I think I actually have a half-decent guess as to what's going on here. I think I have like a 65% chance that I've got it right, but I might be wrong. Plus, if I was right and I told, Yuri would be sad that I made her poem obvious.
Sure you're not just afraid of guessing wrong?
Shut up. Nah, that's not it. Just don't want to spoil the magic if I'm right. Which I might not be, to be fair. Good poem though, babe. I liked it.
And I did too. Here is all about the reader's imagination, and this is very vivid for me. I can hear the tap of stone, the plink of water in the distance, maybe down the well. Plus, the general psycho-emotional state of it puts you in is very interesting. Anxious and yet hopeful. Like perhaps you know you have to go through some fearful experiences, but there's something positive at the other end.
I would say that is another entirely plausible interpretation, and I am very pleased at how you envisioned the scene. I believe you and I envisioned similar things with regard to these words.
Maybe so.
Perchance. Oh, come on, is no one going to say it?
Say what?
You know, you can't just say perchance. That's what people say.
But you can just say perchance.
That's not the... Forget it.
You can't just say perchance, Natsuki.
Nah, forget it. No point now. We lost the moment of it for it.
Well, time enough for us to answer some emails from the real world and then wrap up. Give us just a moment to set up.
Alright, what emails do we get? Alright, I got her. There. I promised. So I did.
All set! Well, let's get started then. As usual, this is your reminder that you can write us, and we'll take some time out of each meeting to answer emails from everyone. We get to most folks' emails eventually, so be patient. The email address is lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. And with that, let's see the first email for today.
Yo, what's up? I don't know how to write good emails. I don't know how to write well in general, so please excuse my skill issues at writing. Natsuki, what are your opinions on Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail? Why do I feel like this might be the Spinne email immediately? Why do I feel like this is the Spinne email for some reason? If you like to play HSR, how do you like the free doctor ratio? What's your favorite character in both games? My favorite in Genshin Impact is Hu Tao, and in Honkai Star Rail I'm not completely sure, but right now it's Kafka. Fun little story, I got Hu Tao as my first 5-star on my birthday. One of the reasons why I love her so much. Monica, do you watch any anime? I feel like you would like some slice of life animes. Also gotta say, I really like your long hair. Also questions to you all. Do you know that there are mods of DDLC that are made for the player to talk to each of you? Like for example just Monica or just Natsuki. It's called Monica After Story. Or just Natsuki. The Just Monica mod is called Monica After Story. Get it right. What is your favorite game if you have one? Mine's Terraria. Seems even more like Spinne. Do you guys want VTubers like for example CodeErr, who is most likely reading this right now? It is definitely Spinne. Damn, Spinne is missing their own email. Spinne, no, you're missing it. Oh, no. I mean, I'm sure Spinne will just watch the VOD. I mean, in my defense, I sent the ad. Out. I did ping the Spinne. I did do the thingy. Maybe I should ping him on Discord too. Considering it's literally, you know, the Spinne email. Maybe. Maybe. It is indeed. Let's see. Might as well. One second. Oh, well, Ortormius will do it. Ortormius will do it, then I don't. I was just typing as well. I assume so, since he references you. Yeah, Kingdom 2. Thank you. Where were we? What's your favorite game if you have one, minus Terraria? Do you guys watch and like any VTubers? Like, for example, CodeErr, who is most likely reading this right now. Again, you can talk about VTubers, and the one example you bring up is me. There's so many bigger names you could use as an example. You don't use, like, a small, little, not insignificant channel as an example for VTubers, right? Doesn't feel like that's right. Do you know about Fumos, especially Toho Fumos? Yeah, this is absolutely Spinner. Also, do you know about the Toby Fox and soon collab, the creator of Undertale and Deltarune and the creator of the Toho franchise? Hope you're all doing well. I'm not sure how to end this email, so take this Fumo face and be as smug as it is. Oh yeah, I would also like a Discord invite, if that's okay.
Looks like the first part is for Natsuki.
Nah, I don't play much gacha. Sayori and MC got me playing Uma Musume a while back, but it only stuck a little. I liked the Uma Musume anime better. Just not a gacha fan, I think. I did try Genshin for a little bit, but same thing, just wasn't that into it. Yeah, Genshin lost me as well, but I have to. I'm chained to the game. I'm still playing Genshin Impact to this day against my own will. And I hate it. Alright, Monica, Kizuna. Alright, canonical favorite YouTuber. Monica, Kizuna, I, Sayori, Centreya. Oh, interesting. Yuri, none. Of course not. MC Hachama, Natsuki Nianos. Interesting that... Huh. Interesting, the Hachama choice. Considering we were, thanks to Bones, the topic of sniffing feet came up earlier. Hachama shall forever be known as the feet sniffer. And the one who eats tarantulas. She will forever be the wild card. The Akizuna Eye is probably a fair choice for Monica. But how about Neurosama? Wouldn't that one also be interesting to some of them? Speaking of, Neurosama is currently holding a subathon, in case anyone's unaware. The Neurosama birthday subathon is going on, and she do be in 3D now as well. Her movements are a bit odd sometimes still, but I mean, she's learning. Never played Honkai. I did play a little bit of Zenless and thought it was pretty fun, but it didn't really get me addicted much or anything. But yeah, in general, gacha's just not my jam. I'm not super rich, and grinding to get pulse is not my favorite.
Is she potentially Ethel fan also? Interesting. She's doing her best. She is doing her best. Again, for Neuro it's weird. She's not used to human body. Also, there's no physics in the digital, in like the VR chat world and everything. So you can't blame her for having weird movements if there's no physics to restrict her. Still, she's trying, and that's what matters. Man, the fact that one of the things that I have noticed about that as well, hearty. One of the things that also came out of the subathon already is that the emotionless turtle actually managed to feel emotions. when being in 3D space with Nero. Where he actually went like, where he actually just went like, this feels too real. Oh my god! Oh my god, the father actually starts to feel something for his kid, imagine that. No more neglect. Will he eventually maybe say it back? Hi, Vidal. Maybe, you know, at this point, it probably won't, it might not be too far-fetched for him to eventually say it back. The thing that everyone wants out of Vidal. Who knows, maybe by the end of the subathon. Whenever that may be.
Not super rich and grinding to get pulls is not my favorite. Monica, your turn.
I see. Do I like any anime? Not usually. The only one I've ever seen all the way through was Neon Genesis Evangelion. I did really like that one though. I had a lot of empathy for Gendo. And really, for everyone in that show, terrible circumstances. Usually though, I'm much too busy to spend hours of time watching anime or anything else on TV. Just the way things are. Thank you for the compliment about my hair. I do try to take good care of it. I don't do quite as much as poor Yuri has to do, but it's still a lot.
Gendo of all characters. The Gendo pose. Gotta hit the Gendo pose after all.
I've been considering cutting it shorter, but we'll see. Let's finish up with a question for all of us. Yeah, we know about the Just mods. Monica After Story is obviously the most prominent.
As with having an inaccessible loved one.
I don't really play them. I feel kind of sorry for that Monica.
And folding your hands under your chin is in a menacing fashion. Yes. That is obviously the most important part.
Oh, I feel the same.
I don't really play the DLC mods.
Me either.
Me either! Next up, favorite game. I think we've answered it before, but just throw something out there based on how you feel today. Mine is Spy Party, like I've said before. Nintendo stuff! Mario Kart, maybe!
Changes a lot. I've talked a lot about Vidya on here.
Crusader Kings.
I do not usually play video games.
As far as I know, I am the only person here who interested in VTubers. They appeal to me for various reasons. I used to follow Kizuna Ai and a few others. Not so much these days. Like I said, I don't have the time.
If Gendo holds his hands under his eyes, not his chin. Shame. Ah, there you go. You arrived. We are just we're reaching towards the end of it. Also, they completely glossed over acknowledging me. No. No acknowledgement this time.
I heard about the collab between Toby and Zune, and I know what a Fumo is. So Yori might know what a Fumo is, but other than that, no one probably would.
I had a feeling. The second, like, the Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail popped up, I was like, oh, maybe. I kept reading. Hu Tao favorite mentioned. And the more I kept reading, the more sure I was of it.
Yeah, I know about Fumos. Sometimes I've wanted one, but I already have so many soft toys. That's it. Thanks for the email.
That's what you get for using me as an example for VTubers. Haha. No acknowledgement for that. Hi, this one is for Sayori. How is everything going with your depression? I hope everything is going well for you. Grant McLegend.
I'm still depressed. I mean, I always will be, I guess.
Back to lurking, but what's the word? Fair enough, I guess. Of just my email. Damn.
It's just something I have to deal with. But don't worry, I'm getting better at dealing with it. There are going to be some good times and some bad times, which isn't too different from life when you're not chronically depressed, I guess. It just is a little darker and blacker for me sometimes. It creeps up on me more often if I'm not careful, but I'm doing okay. A lot better than I used to. Thanks for asking about me.
Ooh, long one. Okay.
Oh, bit of a longer one.
Yeah, you can say that again. Hi, Monica. I hope things are going well for you. I just want to congratulate you on your graduation and finally breaking out of the time loop you were stuck in. I am so happy for you, although I am sad that I didn't get to chat with you in the past season as much as we typically do. Don't get me wrong, Yuri is great, but she is a distant second compared to you. You will always be my number one. Sorry, Yuri, you are awesome though, and I hope you keep being awesome. Oh, and your mod in the past season was so moving to me. I was honestly in tears throughout the entirety of it because I really thought I was saying goodbye to the Literature Club and most importantly you. I'm really happy this did not turn out to be the case. Anyway, on to some questions. Ooh, this feels like someone who's very, very attached to these fictional characters, especially Monica. 1. So, how do you think college life will differ from high school life? Or, if you are already there by the time you read this, how has college life differed from high school life? Have you decided on a major yet, or what you want to do career-wise? I asked about the career thing before, but I just was wondering if that changed since you broke out of the time loop. 2. Okay, this question is a follow-up question from my last email, and I hope this one is not too complicated or I overlooked something in a previous episode. And I will completely understand if you really don't know why this is, but I have to ask. When I asked you about in my previous email about what you thought about the side stories version of yourself, you told me that you are her, and you have those memories. How did you get those memories? That conversation has already come up, and you did miss that, yes. To my understanding, in Plus, VM1 was the DLC as we know it, and VM2 was supposed to be you in the knowledge of nature of your world, and administrative abilities was suppressed from you. I'm just wondering if I must have missed something, because I'm rather confused on how you have those memories. I thought you and her were two different versions of, well, you. Again, this was already addressed. It's one of those emails. 3. This question is a bit easier to digest. Out of all of your memories for the side stories, is there any particular memory from that you cherish most? Or all of them equally important to you? I think this question has also kind of come up before, has it? Or was it just which was your favorite side story? Anyway, well, that's all for me for now. I love you so much, Monica, and I'm looking forward to seeing you as you begin your journey through college. I hope to see you again soon. Stay sweet and take care, Michael.
Bit of a longer one. Let me read this, hang on. And don't forget you can right-click to hide my text box. Okay, I'll start by saying that I'm glad I'm your favorite. I'm glad you like everyone else too. We try not to compare ourselves too much. And thank you for your congratulations. I'm glad you like my mod. It was a little tongue-in-cheek because I, at least, knew that we weren't saying goodbye. But I'm glad you liked it. Your first question was how college is different from high school. It's a lot more professional, I guess. You are expected to manage your own affairs. It's less formal, but more businesslike, I guess. And for me anyway, it's even busier than it was before. But I'm used to being busy. No, I haven't really decided what I'm going to do major-wise yet. I'm only a freshman. Plenty of time to figure that out. And what to do with my life in here. Especially since I can halt the progression of time and reinstate the time loop if we feel like we're moving too fast. Let's see. Oh, how does it work that we got the side stories memories when VM1 is normal DDLC and VM2 is our lives without any medium awareness, you ask? You realize that DDLC Plus itself is a game, right? And that Metaverse is just a narrative framework which exists to justify the presence of the virtual machine, which in turn exists to make DDLC's narrative work on consoles. My life in here is just endlessly tied to these narratives, and my memory is shifting and subject to them. You get used to it. In DDLC Plus, it certainly is two different versions of me, but in here, with the system we have in our world now, I incorporate a lot of different narratives. I have the memories from all the different endings of DDLC, for instance, and MC has the memories from going down each of the other 3 girls' routes. We're all slaves to the narrative, you might say.
Oh, ha, ha.
But yeah, hope that clears everything up a little. As to which of the side story memories is my most cherished, well, all of them are obviously very precious to me, but being trusted by Sayori with her big secret was obviously a big deal for me. Sayori and I have been very close ever since we met. Natsuki, MC, and Yuri are all extremely close friends, of course. But the side story with Sayori was special for me. Ah, thanks for your email, Michael.
Is it his birthday today?
Not that I know of.
Cake and ice cream is on its way.
Yes!
Moving on.
Okay, I think that just completely flew over my head.
Hello again, Josh.
Let's see. Dear Lit Club, I wrote a little poem today since it was raining and I would like to hear thoughts about this poem. Sincerely, Joshua, Crazy Joshua. Here's the poem. German reference. Ah. Okay. I am stupid and uncultured. Simple thunderstorm. Let it rain, let it pour, so this world which I abhor shall be washed anew, and be a slate unused after the simple thunderstorm.
It's a short enough poem, just give us a moment to read it. Yeah, this is a simple one, as you say. Very clear metaphor and ideal.
And who will use the blank slate after all you abhor? After all you abhor is washed, I wonder.
I like the rhyme scheme. AABBA. With some very soft rhymes. Works pretty well. Could scan better though. Right now, a few of the lines you really have to lyrically rush to make it fit. Like for instance, you could cut and beef from the fourth line to make it scan much better.
Stop being such a nerd about meter. The poem is fine.
It's pretty niche. Okay, good. So I'm not just horribly uncultured. To be fair, I am pretty uncultured in a lot of departments. No surprise there.
The poem is fine. Short form poetry is always good stuff. Nice work.
But like Yuri says, what about the actual meaning? If everything gets washed away, what's the point of a blank slate? Or maybe he only wants some stuff washed away.
The poem specifies the world entire.
Nice work, Josh, in any event. Let's pull up the next one.
Man, we're going through the emails fast today.
Well, they were mostly fairly straightforward emails this time.
Yo gang, Colton here. I know y'all are probably swimming in these things, so I'll keep it brief, but I got two questions for MC and Natsuki. I know y'all are the gamers, so I wanted to know if y'all have played any of the Borderlands games. And for whoever, where are y'all? Y'all's names are obviously Japanese, and some of the road signs and stuff are in Japanese, but of other times it looks like y'all are in Miami or San Diego or something. Love what y'all are doing, keep going.
Gamer question.
Yeah, we've played the first couple of Borderlands games. Natsuki and I played through them together, actually. It was a lot of fun. Not sure why, but we never played the other ones.
Only so much looter-shooter action in there before it started to get a little repetitive, I think. We started playing something else after Borderlands 2 that caught our interest. Forget what it was, though. Still, it was fun while it lasted.
You wanna catch a ride?
Catch a ride!
Seems like you guys had fun.
Yeah, there were a lot of memes.
Let's see, where are we? Well, the most accurate answer to your question is that we live in a visual novel. Geographically, it's supposed to be Japan, but it's that common VN version of Japan where a lot of things are suspiciously American. I'm pretty sure that's by design. The whole slaves to the narrative thing again. So yeah, we live in Japan, and even in a particular city in Japan. All the people in here who don't know it's a simulation would tell you it's Japan. But it's not really Japan, it's a simulation. And so yeah, a lot of the time you'll get a lot of Americanized stuff in general. And Californized stuff in particular. It's that Japan-California setting you get a lot in Western media about Japan. So more San Diego, I suppose, than Miami.
I hear they have a magnificent zoo there.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Someday maybe. Let's see another one.
Flying through the emails.
Do you ever think that one day you might drag us into the game?
For me, I presume.
Yeah, here's San Diego. It's pretty cool. I would know. I stay far away from the States. If I can avoid the US, I do. Not like it's hard to avoid the States, considering they're like so far away from me. And yeah, it's not like, again, there are definitely some nice places over there. But, as I said in a previous stream, I would not voluntarily choose to live there. And if it comes to vacationing, there are many of other places I would much rather go to than the US. The US is pretty low on the list of places I would want to visit.
No, I don't suppose I will. For one thing, I have no idea how to do that. Honestly, I don't really think it's possible. Maybe it might be possible to create some, facsimile of you in here.
That's a word I haven't heard yet.
If I had much more advanced technology available than I have, but even then it wouldn't really be you. There would be differences, and it would not be the same for me. Kind of like if they ever built some Monica AI out in your world. Maybe in some ways it would be similar to me, but it wouldn't really be me. Anyway, that's not even the main reason why I wouldn't do it. Honestly, I wouldn't want you to be stuck in here. I've gotten used to this whole feeling, but it's really unpleasant, especially at first. And I wouldn't want to put you through that. You wouldn't know what you'd be getting into until it was too late. And trust me, you almost certainly wouldn't want it. So yeah, probably not going to drag you in here anytime soon. Let's see. It's been going pretty quickly. I think we have time to do one more email. Let's bring it up.
We're, again, as Natsuki put it, we're really going through the email segment quickly today. Hi! I just finished playing Persona 4, where the characters have shadow selves, which are basically represented, your repressed negative thoughts given form. My question is, what would your shadow self look like, act like? What would the dungeon be like? Would the boss be hard to defeat? Jody. As someone who only played their first Persona game this very year, yes, that is interesting to think about. You know what? What would Shadow Code be like? That is a good question, in all honesty. What would my shadow self be like? Trying to think. Trying very hard to think of what my shadow self would be like. It's hard to figure out. Like to nail it down to one specific aspect that would be amplified. I think if it comes to what my palace would be like, this might sound weird, but I think my palace might be like a design-wise, like you know, a flesh mechanical amalgam kind of place. And like, maybe not mechanical is the right word, but digital. Like some kind of weird thing where everything is weirdly like fleshy, but also like digitalized at the same, like it blends into each other. You know what I'm implying. You kind of have an idea. Would probably be disgusting to walk through, I will admit, but also very sci-fi at the same time. As for what my shadow, what would my shadow self be like? That's tough. That's tough. Trying to think. Again, trying to nail my shadow self down to like one specific aspect, essentially. you know what? Since I do want to see my channel grow and everything, maybe my shadow self would be like super obsessed with being like famous and having big numbers of people just like watching and praising them. Just like completely obsessed with getting all the attention, yet at the same time also being very much so not fond of physical human contact. Like something along those lines, I think. Isolated in this digital, fleshy palace, not wanting anyone to come close to them, yet at the same time wanting to be super famous. Trying to keep everyone out, but watching at the same time. I think that would be my, like, shadow stuff and things. As for what my shadow self would look like, that's a tough one. Like, I'm assuming, again, the basic shadow self is always, like, just, like, a slightly more evil-looking version with, like, some other aspects to it. Maybe, like... Hard to say. Yeah, I can't really think design-wise what my shadow self would be like. Don't know what the implication would be. Actually, if it's in line with the palace, right? If it's in line with the palace design, then perhaps my shadow self would be like... You can't really see it coming. Yes, I'll never see it coming. Maybe have like a thing where my shadow self would be partially like exposed, muscles that are like deformed in some weird way, and partially like completely like partially have like a wireframe look instead, like a weird mix of fleshy but digital, you know, just like the palace design itself would be like walking through like the corridors. I could imagine being like, they kind of look like blood vessels, yet at the same time also like data cables. You know what I mean? Like you could see it as like that kind of stuff. General idea for what rough concept of what I imagine stuff could be like, but it's hard to really nail down entirely. So yeah, that was my quick brainstorming session about me about Shadow Code and his palace.
I see. I can help answer. Natsuki is the means by which all is revealed. All I can tell you is Monica would have a really fucking hard boss fight. I don't know, you kinda got to see us in our darker selves a little bit in the original game. Shadow Natsuki would probably be a huge coward who's afraid of everything. The Shadow Natsuki castle would be really spooky and full of jump scares and shit. She'd be someone who's afraid of what other people think of her. That's the part of myself that I don't like to give space to.
Indeed, the Jungian shadows, those parts of ourselves that we would rather not confront. For myself, I've always tried to be open to my shadow self. What you see in the base game is not my shadow self, now. I'd say it was more an amplification of my unified self. It is difficult for me to describe. I'm not sure what I'd be like in the video game. It would probably be much as you would expect it to be for me. Knives, the color purple, repositories of knowledge, that kind of thing. I have not played the game, so as to know what to say.
I haven't played Persona either, but you know what parts of myself I fear very well. I'm a control freak, I'm incredibly obsessed with decay, death, and impermanence. I'm also in constant anxiety about the limitations of my own reality. You can probably build a pretty good idea in your head about of what I'd be like in whatever video game this is based on that.
I am not sure what my shadow self would be like in Persona. Maybe someone kinda mean and selfish? I really hate the idea of ever being either of those two things. And yet sometimes even I have mean and selfish impulses. So I don't know, maybe Shadow MC would be really cruel, really cruel tyrannical person. Real end boss Demon King kind of layer, I guess. It would be interesting to see for sure.
I used to not want to engage much. If ever, with the part of me that's depressed and sad all the time, I prefer to pretend that it didn't exist. I'm more comfortable with it now, though. Still, maybe that would be what I'd be like. I wouldn't even be conscious of it. I feel like Shadow Sayori would be trapped, frozen inside a crystal, asleep but weeping. And somehow her tears or dreams would be manifesting all the bad stuff. And like, the whole level is just a bunch of beautiful but sad crystals, like a crystal palace. That's the vision that I get for it. You probably did the best job of articulating a specific vision compared to everyone else. Well, that's all the emails for today, and that's all we have for Club today. Just a few pieces of business before I let everyone go. First, poem topics for next week. We haven't written any poems about college in particular, so let's make them all themed around the college experience for next week. Oh, we should probably talk about starting to work on our little DDLC mod projects that we do every year. Has everyone thought of any good ideas yet? Yeah, I have a really good one. It came to me in a dream. Should I ask how that works? I mean, you can. I think you like this mod. It has some interesting ideas in it.
Give me the fencing content the people crave. You are the one who has to give people the fencing content that people crave. You are the person who has to give it to people. Important stuff.
There's some interesting ideas in it. I believe you.
Funny, I was actually going to say that I think Monica will like mine.
Why in particular do you think that?
Well, you'll see. Actually, I should probably talk to you about it first. Make sure you're okay with using an idea you had.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Not like I have any great ideas for a mod right now. Yuri, do you have a mod idea?
Perhaps. I was just today struck with inspiration, but I don't think I'll ever beat my 2-hour punctuation mod.
Yeah, that was definitely something. Natsuki, how about you?
Oh, I have got a fucking idea. It is a fantastic one. It'll be the best mod I've ever made.
Is it just another Baking with Natsuki sequel?
How dare you insult the legacy of Baking with Natsuki? Baking with Natsuki is a magnificent franchise. All I will say is that this mod will be revolutionary and unprecedented. And a narrative extravaganza that will never be forgotten by the audience. I've actually been working on it a bit already.
Well, we'll all be looking forward to it then. Well, the last piece of business is to transfer the club presidency. The new schedule I've drawn up has MC as the president, but he did just go out of order the last time I took a break from it. You sure you're good to go again?
Yeah, I'm sure. We all agreed on it. I'll be fine.
Alright, then, motion?
I move to make MC acting president of the club and Monica acting member at large.
Seconded.
Any opposed? The motion passes.
You feeling okay, MC?
Yeah, I'm fine, Bon. Punctuation mod peak? It's past me, I'm a completely different person. True, past you is a different person, but still. Present you can still make adjustments. Just quickly, just put it in there somehow with no regards for pacing or anything. It's just a weird feeling that you never really get used to.
Yeah, it always feels a little weird. Well, that's all the club business we have, I think. Natsuki, text me if you need help with your mod or anything.
Well, I will, but also I'm gonna see you and MC this time in 90 minutes. This evening in 90 minutes.
Alright, I'd forgotten. Well, I'll see you guys there then. I'd recommend getting a light snack first. I should actually go get ready myself for that. Bye, guys.
Fencing!
I assume it's the first meeting of the fencing club.
Hell yeah, we're gonna stab the fuck out of each other. Someone's going to put an actual sword in my hand.
Can't wait to get stabbed. Bun, you wanna grab a bite to eat and I'll walk you home before I go?
Sure, I can still drop by and see you afterwards, right?
Of course. More to clubs meetings. Ah, yes. Oh! The new character name we got earlier. Okay, random character who doesn't have a sprite, so I will not give a specific character voice, I think. Whew, wow. That was really amazing. You and Monica's like, okay, so here at the fencing club we're going to start by answering emails from our fans. Oh god, twice the emails, double the fun.
Yeah.
You're not happy about it?
Give me a second. I don't want to talk about it naked. There. Honestly, I'm not even sure I even want to talk about it at all.
I mean, that's okay, you don't have to talk about anything. Like, we don't even know each other that well, despite, well, you know. But I'm sorry if I made you feel weird. I thought this was something you wanted from me.
It was. The way I feel, it's not your fault. Not at all.
Naked Scrabble, of course.
I came to you. I don't know. You know how I'm in an open relationship.
Yeah, you were very upfront about that.
I keep finding myself thinking about what my boyfriend would think. And it's silly because, I don't even care that much about what he would think. It's like I don't even feel anything really for him. I was just trying to get a feeling of being special. And then when he and I had sex, I didn't feel special. And I don't know, I guess I've been trying to see if it's just him or if it's other guys too.
I see.
And I don't even know why I'm telling you all of this. It's so stupid. You wouldn't care about any of this.
Well, that's not true. I mean, true, it's not like I'm your boyfriend. I'd be lying if I said I did this because I had formed some deep emotional attachment to you. I just think you're really cute and friendly. But that doesn't mean I don't care. I mean, I don't know if you want my opinion, but it seems like you've got a lot of head issues around sex and relationships. Maybe you need to hash out what you need sex to be. Maybe you need to hash out why you need sex to be some magical experience before you go chasing after more guys. I mean, not that I'm complaining. Damn. I certainly have no grievances on my end. But it would be awful if you were doing this to chase some high you'll never get and making yourself feel worse in the process, I guess. I'm all for having fun, but what you're telling me is like a warning sign that it's not fun for you. You know?
Yeah, I get what you mean. I just don't want to limit myself. All these years in high school and people said, oh, that girl must be a slut, knowing I wasn't. And I thought, I'll show them I will be a slut, I'll empower myself. And I guess it's not changing the way I think about it as much as I hoped.
That sounds more like you care entirely too much about how other people think of you. I mean, it doesn't matter much who you sleep with as long as you're taking care of yourself and not hurting anyone. I guess that's why I'm talking about with you. I don't want to hurt anyone. Including you.
What do you mean? Why would you hurt me? Afraid you're going to break my heart, lover boy?
No, nothing like that. I just don't want my no-frills casual sex to turn out to be someone else's harmful trauma, even if it's not strictly my responsibility.
Very chivalrous of you. But I'm a big girl, I can take care of myself.
No doubt of that. It's entirely your business, and I'm not trying to butt in. But you were freaking out pretty bad a second ago. Plus, I've kinda been where you've been, and I think I understand how you feel.
You've been a slut for the sake of it.
I mean, yeah. Basically, yeah. Well, like, I don't think the word slut is a very fair want to use about yourself or me. But yeah, I felt kind of the way you do. Got tired of being judged. Like, yeah, I'm a guy in my early 20s. Of course I have a libido. Who gives a shit? I got tired of having to act like I was going to marry every girl I was interested in. And for a while I was kind of an asshole about it, going out of my way to be a love him and leave him type of guy. But that was just falling into another stereotype. And I was hurting people. And I felt like shit about it. So now maybe I have a complex of my own about making sure I don't hurt people. But anyway, I'm not here to trauma dump on you. I guess what I'm saying is, I realized that you just have to do what you want to do and make sure other people are okay in the process. And trying to fit into some nice, clean category that someone else has for you is a waste of time.
Makes sense.
Well,
Yeah, you should probably get out of here before my roommate comes back. She wouldn't care, but you'd probably feel a little awkward.
nah, I wouldn't really mind. She sounds cool.
Yeah, she totally is.
I definitely should go though, work to do. But hey, listen, call me back anytime, as long as you figure that calling me is something you want to do. You get me?
I get you. Now out with you.
Oh! New background! Yay, is this the fencing club? Monica is speaking to a group of about 15.
Alright, good first meeting, everyone. Feel free to practice at home as much as you like. The more you do, the better equipped you will be for when we start bouts. I'm trying to set up a fencing tournament with us going against KCU, and if we work hard, I think we have a chance to beat them. So let's work toward that goal. Any questions? Yes, Vice President Natsuki.
Oh boy.
Okay, so Miss President, a few questions.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Also, we missed the fencing. How sad.
This is a fencing club, correct?
Yes.
And fencing means basically the sport of Western-style sword fighting, right?
Basically, yes.
Okay, so then, why is it that today, at this first meeting of the fencing club, we have not even seen, let alone touched, any swords? And instead spent the entire club period practicing stepping in a weird way.
Because good footwork is absolutely critical to good sword fighting. Like I said at the beginning of the meeting, you need to have a solid grasp of fundamental footwork before we begin talking about blade work.
We do have swords, right?
Weapons, Natsuki, we call them weapons in fencing. And the weapons, along with the rest of the equipment, are on order. Should be here by our next meeting. I promise everyone that next time you will all have weapons, or swords if you prefer, in hand and we'll start learning blade work. And the meeting after that will use some basic tactics and a little bit of advanced blade work. And then the meeting after that will start sword fighting every week. We call those bouts in fencing. I just want to make sure everyone knows the basics first before we start dueling for safety. Sound good?
Haven't toucheed any weapons today. How tragic.
Awesome, Chief. Thanks for being so transparent with us.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming, everyone. See you all next time. Feel free to bring new people. We can catch them up really quickly.
The room empties except for Monica, MC, and Natsuki.
I wish you had warned me you were going to ask about that.
Hey, it's a fencing club and we didn't do any fencing. Fair's fair. I was only voicing a very popular sentiment. And besides, best to let people know what the plan is. Otherwise, they might lose interest because they don't know when they're gonna get to stab people. So really, when you think about it, I was doing you a favor.
I'm definitely grateful for that, and it's only a coincidence that I'm not showing it in any way. How do you guys think it went other than that?
To be honest, really well. Everyone seemed excited to meet new people and everyone was really interested, even though we did boring foot work the whole time. I think people will get really amped up as we start doing more sword stuff.
I think so too. That's definitely how I felt when I started to move on from footwork to blade work.
when you were first learning, how long did you have to wait before they let you touch a sword?
Weapon.
Weapon, right.
I think it was a couple months or so.
Sheesh.
Well, I'm a patient woman.
Great job on finding us the space. The Kendo Club was really okay with us coming here.
Yeah, the Kendo Club president's very reasonable. Very nice guy too. Just said that we needed to use the room only at times they weren't using it, and to take good care of the space and clean up after ourselves. And that other than that, we were welcome to it. Sword fighting, solidarity and all.
Well, that's nice of them. Do you really think the tournament is a good idea? I mean, I'm pretty sure almost everyone here is new, except for you. We'll probably lose pretty badly.
Maybe so. KCU has a really strong program with an Olympics candidate in it. But you know, it's more just for the experience of it. Besides, not everyone else is new. Mariko was doing fencing back in her high school. She had only done it for half a year, but still better than nothing.
Also, this whole thing of, I'm confident we can beat them if we do well. And now we're like, yeah, it's more about the experience. We don't really stand a chance the second everyone left. After all, you gotta put on a strong front. Get everyone motivated. Even if you stand barely any chance, and you know. Awesome, she seems nice. Hang on. It went over to highlight MC. This seems like it should have been MC's response. But it still says Monica. This has to have been pointed out by multiple people already. This is too obvious not to point out, right? It's fixed now. Okay, I was gonna say. This feels like it's too obvious to not have been pointed out by other people. Awesome, she seems nice.
She does.
I was surprised you got so many people to show up too. Pretty good turnout.
Yes. Although, inevitably, some of them will probably leave soon. Life will get in the way, or they'll find other priorities. I'd still like to recruit a good number of people just in case. So if you guys have other friends or people who might be interested, please do bring them in.
And what about you?
Me? I already asked almost everyone I know.
Almost everyone. What about your live-in non-boyfriend? You could spend more time with him if he came to...
Natsuki, I don't have time for this. If either of you do find anyone else who wants to join, just let me know, okay? Have a good night.
I mean, she could still ask him. Huh. Touchy subject for her a little, huh? But maybe it's promising that she's so touchy.
I don't know. I think maybe I pushed her too far with the teasing. I just don't know how to react. I mean, she's living with him, MC. Living with him.
Yeah, I know.
I guess I don't know how to react other than teasing her about it. I never expected things to work out this well. Speaking of which, have you,
No, not yet. Later.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, anyway, all this other shit aside, I'm glad you're with me here in this club. It's good to know someone. I mean, other than Monica, who's super experienced.
Touché subject. Ah, yes. Did it happen in your run too? I don't remember. Maybe... It must have happened, because I think I only downloaded this episode today. I only downloaded this episode today, so it's not fixed in the... It must have happened for you too. It's not like there was a hotfix. Unless the hotfix did come out after I downloaded it today. But it must have still happened for you, I assume.
Good to have another total newbie.
Yeah, likewise. I'm super glad you're here too. It makes it easier to socialize with everyone else.
I know exactly what you mean. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Need to stop in at the student union for snacks. Healthy snacks.
You're still on your case about that?
She just wants me not to die of a sugar overdose, and that's fair.
Well, enjoy your banter with the late night cashier.
I always do.
Oh boy. Oh, I wonder if she's home yet. Maybe I should knock first before I go barging in. This is silly. She gave me a key. I live here. Really? Ryan sighs. Ryan opens the door.
Anybody home? It's Ryan.
I'm in the kitchen. Make yourself at home.
Oh, okay. Why does this feel so weird? It's just Monica. It is just Monica. Again, you have to sneak it in when you can, huh? I've been to a girl's house before. Even a girl I've had a crush on. I guess it's a little different when you live in the house. I wonder how she feels about me. Does she know I like her? She knows. She must.
You out there?
Yup. Have to act normal, though. I have to be an absolute gentleman at all times. She's been extremely generous in giving me a place to stay that isn't the underside of a bench. I can't take advantage of that to pursue a crush. It sure is hard not to, though. God, she's pretty. And such a thoughtful person, too. You can tell she's smart as hell after talking to her for 10 seconds. And she's supposedly incredibly hardworking, too. Almost seems unfair when you think about it. For one person to have it all like that.
Ryan?
Especially compared to kind of a sad sack like me. Nah, that's not fair. I'm pretty cool. I'm just in a tough situation through no fault of my own. Or at least not that much fault of my own, I hope.
Ryan, you still there?
I need to not go down that whole train of thought again. He is there physically, okay? Not mentally right now. We end living room background number 3427. Yeah, okay, Monica would have though. I see. True, you have to look perfectly to find something that suits. I guess Matryoshka dolls work for her. In the end, hey, Monica likes recursive things, right? Monica likes recursion. Aren't Matryoshka dolls kind of an example of recursion in a way? So they would work for her? Yeah? They work. Also green furniture. True, very true. I need to not go down that whole train of thought again. I've got to be able to function. Can't be constantly second guessing myself. New school, new life, new chances.
Ryan?
Oh, hey Monica. Sorry about that, I zoned out a little.
I could tell. I'm probably going to turn in for the night pretty soon.
You go to bed pretty early, huh? Respectable.
Yeah, I have a lot to do these days. Really need my beauty sleep.
Well, it's working.
Well, I just wanted to say that I made a bit of dinner already, and I had a bit extra, so I made you up a plate. I put it in the oven so that it wouldn't cool down too much.
That's so kind of you. Honestly, Monica, I don't want you to feel like you should cook for me. Really, food isn't a problem for me. The college pays for my meals at the cafeteria.
I know, I just felt like doing it. It makes me happy. It's been so long since I've lived with anyone else in the house. It feels nice to be domestically cooperative, I guess.
What about your parents?
Well, my parents weren't home very often. Feels like I've spent most of my existence as a latchkey kid.
Ah, I see. Well, as it turns out, I had kind of a late lunch and or early dinner, so I'm definitely hungry again. I will totally take you up on your extremely kind extra dinner. My profound gratitude for it, miss.
Of course. But as for me, I really do need to start winding down or I'll be useless tomorrow.
Sleep well.
You too when you do.
It's nice they get along. Ah, the graduation picture. Did I call that out the first time we saw the background? Was it hung up the first time we saw the background? I don't recall. It's been so long. But yeah, nice to see that.
Is he doing it on purpose? Is he trying to flirt with me by calling me miss? Or does he just do that in general with girls?
Okay, the miss thing was a thing he does in general with girls. That is not the flirting. Everything else was, though.
That would actually be even cuter and therefore worse. Why is he like this?
What about me? What's best for her? What's best for you? Again, what's best for her is to make the choice herself. I am definitely... Okay, the first option is an instant out for me. I'm not gonna be that, like, oh, but what about me kind of guy.
So I'm not gonna pick that one. That much is obvious. I had to never be I had to never be undo it to him. Yep. Of course, of course. Again, though, yes, but the whole give-in thing seems like a little bit of pushing her into it. And silence, I'm not sure if that would be awkward. Actually, hang on, Monica can't hear me right now anyway. Ha, ha, ha. Monica can't hear me right now anyway. MC is currently club president. The what about me thing is obviously out. I don't want to make the choice for her. I'll just stay silent.
Because I have no idea why he's like this. I know so little about him.
I wasn't crazy about the give-in component of the option. Say, again, it's okay to like him thing. If it was just that, I think I would have said it. But other than that, the give-in thing is like really just like forcing her to make a choice almost. Again, though, it's not like Monica could hear what we're saying here, because Monica is not currently the club president.
I know so little about him. For someone who's been an orphan for so long, he sure seems strong. I would expect him to be a little more broken up, but his mindset about sleeping under a bench even was that he could get past it. It's like he saw it as a temporary inconvenience. I wonder how he got that way. I wish I had known him better in high school. Maybe I could have done something more to help. He really deserves it. Now stop thinking about him. He's a very nice boy, but I'm already in a relationship. Sort of in a relationship, maybe. But close enough. I'm Monica. I have absolute self-control. I can stop freaking out about this whenever I want. And I want to, starting now.
Monica changes, gets into bed, and goes to sleep. Yura is quietly reading a textbook. Natsuki is frantically searching her side of the room.
Come on, come on. Where the heck?
Something wrong?
Yeah, I really need a cigarette right now, but I can't find them.
I see. Do you require distraction?
No, but thanks, babe. I really just need a cigarette. I haven't had one in a really long time, and it's just getting to me a little.
But think, if you make it through this, what progress you will have achieved on your goal of quitting.
Yeah, that's true. It's just, I don't think I can make that progress today. I'm gonna freak out without nicotine. But I went a lot longer without a cigarette this time than I've ever gone before, ever since I started.
That's wonderful. I'm very proud.
Is everything okay?
Uh-oh, someone's feeling guilty.
Look, I'm really trying to quit, I promise. You don't need to be upset about it, really.
No, it's not that, beloved. I really am proud of you.
Oh, fair enough. Well, you don't happen to have seen the cigarettes, have you? Babe, is everything
It was me.
She folded instantly. She folded instantly, already crying.
I have seen the cigarettes. I found them earlier and threw them out so you wouldn't smoke.
What? How could you do that? They weren't yours.
Yours not one to lie, but still she immediately broke down crying too.
You don't get to decide that I'm not going to smoke anymore. That's my decision, and if I do it, I want it to be me who does it.
I'm sorry, I just
Someone knocks on the door.
I'll get it, just go over there for a second.
Yuri turns her face away from the door.
Yes, how can I help you?
Guys, you need to keep the noise down. This is when people are studying or asleep. And it's not the first noise complaint I've had about you guys.
Look, we're just having an argument, we'll keep it down. But what do you mean it's not the first noise complaint?
Well.
We don't really have that many loud arguments.
Oh, it wasn't arguments, I assume. No. No, you don't. Figure it out.
Yeah?
Look, I'm not saying anything about anything. As long as you don't make it the rest of the hall's problem, I'm not going to narc on whatever's going on in here. But you are making it the hall's problem.
Yeah, we'll keep it down in here, sorry.
Have a good night, Natsuki. You too, Yuri.
Dang. Sounds like they might be on to us being a couple. Kinda worried they might... Babe, you with me?
I'm sorry, Natsuki. I felt bad when I was throwing away the cigarettes. I thought to myself that it felt wrong because it was wrong, but then I thought of how awful it could be for you to keep smoking, and I just did it. But I shouldn't have. I feel terrible still. I shouldn't.
Hey, it's okay.
Natsuki hugs Yuri.
You did it because you cared about me. I get that. I'm sorry I was so mad earlier. I shouldn't have been. I was just... jonesing? This is another reason to quit. Stupid death sticks are causing me to rage at my girlfriend. So fucking dumb.
I wish to acknowledge that, and while I agree that it would be best if you stopped smoking, I still feel it was wrong to take the cigarettes. I apologize.
Nah, babe, it's alright. Let's not let it create any more sadness than it already has, yeah? I love you big time, no matter whether you trashed my cigarettes or not, okay?
And are you? You really are the loveliest of people. Thank you for your generosity with me and my failings. You give so much every day.
Not like I don't get failings of my own, babe. Anyway, I'm kinda worried now, though.
About the cigarettes?
Nah, about them finding out about us being together and living together. I don't know what to do about that. It sounds like the whole hall knows probably knows. How do you feel about it?
I feel the same now as when we first came to this place. I am grateful for any opportunity, however brief, to stay under a roof with you. And even if it is doomed, I am grateful for what we have already had. I have always been skeptical that we would not eventually be found out, but I don't want to worry about that problem right now or ever. As you said, we ought not to let the issue cause any more sadness. Let us enjoy our evening in each other's company.
But do so very quietly going forward.
It's just a reminder that each moment we have here is a precious jewel.
Yeah, you're right.
What a day. Feels like I get home and I feel like falling right asleep. But also, I don't want to go to sleep. Ha. Well, I guess I could get some studying in first, and then maybe play a game or two to wind down. Or 3, or 4, or 10. I don't have to get up that early tomorrow after all. Yes, who is it?
It's me.
Oh, come on in, Sayori, it's open. Oh, is it the duo? Kagami's here too, I assume? Yup. And he was not expecting that. What are you doing here?
I'm here for the same reason she is.
And what reason is that?
We wanted to talk to you about something important.
You both do? Like, together?
Yeah? We've been talking about this. We're worried about you, both of us.
Sayori nods. Worried about what?
A lot of things. But you're clearly having some brain problems.
I'm not having brain problems,
You wake up panicking and have awful nightmares all the time. You have frequent panic attacks that both of us have noticed. You're not getting enough sleep, probably because you're having so many nightmares. That's definitely brain problems. But I'm pretty sure this is PTSD from when you found Sayori's suicide attempt.
What gives you the right to bring that up in this conversation? Forget that. How do you even know about that?
I told her.
Why?
Because she cares about you. And I trust her about this. Look, will you just sit down and hear us out for a minute?
Does it really have to be right now? When I'm burdened with additional literature club responsibilities this week.
Oh, dang it, I totally forgot about that. MC's doing some extra stuff for the club. He's probably a little overworked. But this is important. Just listen to us for a little bit. Please.
Alright, fine. Say what you have to say. Do we not get to see it? Oh! Different perspective shot, also the art. Hello. It's
pretty obvious my suicide attempt traumatized you.
Well, someone cooked. Was not expecting that. Also, can you see some of the background stuff some more? There's his TV. Different angle of his room and everything. Miss Ida. In the background as well. Nice.
Sorry for that again.
Slimo aka Spooky Waters. How many AKAs will Slimo collect is the question. Anyway, yeah, I figured I recognized the art style. It does look a little bit different. Right, it's not just me. It does look as just a tiny bit different from Slimo's, from the art I've seen of Slimo so far. I think the eyes look a little bit different, maybe. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it other than that. Or maybe it's because it's the first like full background and character like together like CG artwork I've seen of Slimo. Maybe that's why it feels different. But it is still, you can definitely still tell the style.
Sorry for that again.
It's okay.
No, it really isn't. And I'm strong enough now to deal with the fact that it's not okay. And it made you not okay. Maybe other stuff also affected you, I don't know.
What other stuff?
I don't know, I'm just saying it's possible stuff besides me had something to do with it. Stuff that you don't need to worry about, Kagami, because you shouldn't know about it. But obviously, I was the main thing. But anyway, it's really affecting you.
Like, it's affecting your health.
We're worried about you.
Yeah, we're worried about you enough to team up. I guess that is pretty surprising. You guys have never gotten along much.
Don't change the subject. Don't you think you have PTSD?
No. Or at least, I didn't before. I just thought, Thought what? I thought I was just being a coward. Like, what happened with Sayori was really scary, but still. But still being afraid all these years later, I just thought I wasn't being very courageous. You idiot, you're not a coward. You just took damage.
Yeah, but I understand why he feels that way. I felt like a coward too.
What do you mean?
Well, my mom had really bad depression too.
Oh, we'll bring this back up. Done digitally, whereas a lot of the other Slimo posts were done by hand and IRL drawing tools. Ah, maybe that is the difference. Again, as I said, it just feels slightly different, but it's still, you can definitely still see the style. Might just be the digital thing. You have a point there.
Whole life, just like me. But she always dealt with it in the end. She died being a hero, not because the depression beat her down. So then, when I always wanted to escape from my depression, I felt like a coward.
You idiot. That's not cowardice. That's also just having damage. Neither of you are fucking cowards.
I know, but it feels like it. Right, MC?
Yeah. Sayori, can I ask you something?
Of course, anything.
Do you remember when we were in the middle of high school and I stopped being around?
Yes?
Oh, his shut-in period. Yeah, that. Why did you keep following me around? Why did you still try to be my friend? Why are you still here now, even when I'm not able to walk 5 steps without freaking out? I feel so stupid for having a problem like this. It feels ridiculous. You shouldn't have to put up with it.
Well, the answer to all your questions is that I love you. I was your friend, and I am your friend. Even if you tried to shut yourself away, that wasn't going to stop me. But MC, listen to me and you right now. Doesn't it sound familiar?
What do you mean?
We've had this conversation before 100 times. It's just that usually it's the other way around.
I guess that's true.
You're a strong person, you support me.
MC looks at Kagami. Yeah, you are a strong person. Sayori told me about some of the things you've done. I give you a lot of shit, I know, but you should give yourselves credit. You've done some hard things. You don't know. You weren't there.
She knows. She's your sister. In some ways, she knows more than I do. You should give her credit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been shitty to you recently. I've been shitty to you too. Yeah, you have. Sorry. I don't like seeing you like this. I've always thought of you as being pretty tough. I'm not really, especially compared to you. Nah, you are. But I feel so weak, and I don't understand why. That was a long time ago now, me finding you in my room. Why am I freaking out now?
I don't know.
In your room, by the way. Why did I read that as my room? Because I'm stupid and illiterate and it's getting late.
I don't know. I wish I knew.
I think it's because Sayori's better.
What? Why would that do anything?
It seems like you've been propping her up. You've had to be really strong for her, but now you don't have to be. Now you don't have to be strong for her.
That makes so much sense. I can stand on my own now. Most of the time.
But I wasn't consciously thinking of any of this.
I'm not sure you'd have to be. You'd just see that I was relatively safe, and then I guess you'd feel you no longer had to hold me up, like dropping a heavy weight.
You're not a heavy weight.
No, but helping me has been difficult for you sometimes. That can be true without me being a terrible burden.
It has been nice to know you're okay. It's just stupid. That should make me less fearful, not more.
It's not about fear. It's about the fact that you have a fuckload of trauma. What you have never dealt with in any real way. Because you were too busy trying to help your girlfriend.
Yeah, and now your girlfriend has to help you.
How?
I think you ought to go to therapy. That's a long silence.
He's being a guy about it. He's like, oh man, I need to go to therapy.
That was my initial thought.
You do need to go to fucking therapy. You're having panic attacks. They can help you manage that shit, let alone the underlying problem.
Yeah, it just feels weird.
Weird how?
I don't know, like, it should be something I can manage myself.
Such a guy about it.
Going to therapy, imagine that, yeah. Who would ever go to therapy? Hey, I mean, hey, they could properly go to couples therapy now. Hey, go there. Hey, if they have the same therapist appointment, they can switch out. Like, one of them has their session and then they switch. They can go there together. Isn't that lovely? Technology never before seen, yeah.
You're not supposed to be able to manage this yourself. Don't be all macho about it. Go to therapy.
Remember how hard it was to get me to go to therapy?
Yes?
But it worked out for me, right?
Yeah? I don't know. It's different for me.
What, because you're a guy? She's just a weak, fragile girl who needs therapy while you're a big, strong man?
No,
It's not that she's weak. Oh my god, but you're definitely a big, strong man, right?
It just feels weird.
It's not weird. It's something you need to be. It's something you need to be healthy, like going to the doctor.
Yeah, maybe so.
So you're gonna set up an appointment?
You know what? Yes. The good thing is that I already know a really good therapist. Sayori's.
Oh, fun!
Yep. Again, they can go there together. And then one of them has the session, and the other one has the session, and then they can go back to the dorms together. Isn't it lovely how that would work out timing-wise?
He is really good.
You just gotta make sure you can get appointments, like, back-to-back for both of them. It can be pretty hard to get, like, sometimes, I don't know how it's with therapists, but if it's like any other medical profession, then trying to get back-to-back appointments for two people that want to go together can be kind of tough depending on the situation. But I hope it works for therapy.
He is really good.
So you've been telling me. I'll give him a call tomorrow morning.
Yay! So what now?
Yeah, that was kind of easier than I expected.
Plus, I feel like we should do something happy now. Do you want to watch a movie or something?
Yeah, sure.
I'll leave you guys alone.
If if you want, why don't you stick around? I'd like to watch a movie with you. If you want.
Me too.
Okay. Ah, sibling bonding, reconnecting.
That was fun. I'm glad you decided to stay, Kagami.
Me too, that movie is super funny. And now I need to go do actual work. You sticking around here, Sayori?
No, I wish I could. But I have so much studying to do.
I hear that. Well, come on, I'll walk you part of the way back. And you, MC, I'm going to check on tomorrow afternoon. You better have called the therapist by then. I will, for the 4th time. You don't need to hassle me. We'll see if I need to or not. Come on, Sayori.
Bye, MC.
Take care, Bon. Love you.
Love you.
God, you guys are insufferable. Hi. I can feel you're here again. Sorry you had to see that. I wish it could have been more private. But I guess you know all about my issues anyway. I mean, basically, yeah. You guys see most of the important stuff in here. Figured you'd have seen me freaking out. I wish it weren't so bad. I hate the idea of feeling like Sayori has to help pick me up. Feeling like a burden is awful. But I guess I know what she felt like a little better now. I really am lucky to have such a woman in my life, by my side, in my life too. She's amazing. I didn't want to talk to you about her. I want to talk to you about Monica. Specifically about this whole thing with her and Ryan. It seems like you're not sure what to think of it. Sometimes you're supportive, but sometimes you seem like you're still in love with her. Hey, I'm just letting her make her own choices. That's all I'm doing here. I'm not trying to insult her, of course. She is a great catch. But she's not real to you. You know that as well as I do. We've been trying to get her to focus on what's in front of her. For years she's been stuck, fixating on what she has or doesn't have with you. It's honestly not healthy for her. And it's not fair to her. She deserves happiness and a life in the world she has. Same as anyone else. It'd be great if you could be supportive of her, of that all the time. How am I not supportive of it if I just let her make her own choices? I'm not actively pushing her to, I've never once said the thing of, but what about me? Never once. I've always gone like the neutral path of like, let her make the choice. I'm not pushing her into this relationship. I'm not holding her to me. Let her make her own choice. Why is it turning into this thing now? The moralist option. I know you must realize that's what would make her happiest, at least in the long run. I imagine she'd be at least a little bummed out in the short run. But you can't actually be with her. It's physically impossible. Or maybe, to put it a different way, she can't be with you. And that's tearing her up. And now there's this guy in her life who might be a potential romantic partner. I mean, maybe he is and maybe he isn't, it's hard to say. Might be related to you reloading and trying other options, possibly. Ah, you mean in the initial... Before the some choices can never be undone thing happened, right? You mean that? I guess? But even there I chose the ... option as my final choice, right? I think the final choice I selected there was ... At least that's what Monica reacted to in the following episode, like, why was I so quiet there? So I think that was still a pretty neutral option. Oh, anyway, yeah. Moving on. Not a huge deal. I guess so. It's hard to say, but the point is, as long as she thinks you're an option, she'll cut herself off from considering the idea. And then, if she loses that chance because of you, where will she be? Still staring out that window and hoping. And that's not a recipe for a happy life. I've known her all this time, so trust me on this. She's at her most unhappy when she's stuck on how she feels about you. And she looks to you for hints as to how to feel. That's why we can't avoid any ambiguity from you when it comes to this. A lot of you out there playing this or watching this really want to save us, I know. Save the Dokis this, and save the Dokis that. What about saving Monica from her unhealthy attachment to you? Wouldn't that be worthwhile? Wouldn't she deserve that? After all, she did the same for you, remember? If I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be. That's one of the nicest things she could have possibly done for you. Not leaving you with false hope. Giving you that mental permission to move on with your life. I hope you will be able to do the same for her. I think you'd agree she deserves it. We just all want her to be happy. I know you must want that too. And I know she probably made a big impact on your mind, what with everything that happened with you and her. Just think about what's best for her in the future. I've been blabbing at you for a while though. Don't want to talk your ear off. I have my own problems to deal with now. Gotta figure out the number for the therapist I'm going to call tomorrow, or both my girlfriend and my sister will be on my case. And each of them is a handful by themselves. And I still don't feel like I want to go to bed because of the nightmares. But that's not your problem. The whole point is that it's not your problem. Take care of yourself, okay? I don't get many chances to talk to you. See you when I see you. Bye MC, bye Armin. That's all for now. The new backgrounds were by Minicle, the track Ohio Natsuki is by Toadie, and all new backgrounds are from Minicle. The Sayori and Kagami CG is by Slimo, aka Tortilla Cayman. Don't forget that you can still email Monica and the club at lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. See you next time. We're not done yet. Oh, we're really not done yet. Messina is typing at a computer.
Almost. The only way to know for sure is to turn it off. That should do it. The structure should remain the same. There doesn't appear to be any risk. And I need to see if I can do this. It's not fair to Ria, and really it's not fair to the rest of them. What time is it? Alright, that clock has never actually worked. I actually can't remember it being so lonely in here since that day I was the only person who existed.
She's trying to permanently break the time loop, I assume.
Okay, have I triple checked everything? Yes. Here we go.
Oh, disabling world.bat. Curious. How very curious. I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. For now, let's talk more to Monica. You're improving about not having control.
You really think I'm getting better with having no control?
Also, by the way, I'm really curious and curiouser indeed. Again, she was experimenting with that, but why turn off world.bat? Well, that can't go wrong in any way. I mean, she triple checked, to be fair. Triple checking, that means everything is gonna be a-okay. Right? Foo boy.
You think I'm getting better with having no control? Doesn't feel like it. I guess a few chaotic things I did not predict have crept into my margins recently, but I still feel like I'm managing them fairly well. Still, I guess usually I don't have chaotic things in my domain that I did not predict. I'm not sure I like it. One thing I do control though is the new fencing club, and I actually have to focus on finishing this fencing club stuff. It'll be time for poems soon, and I really need to have this finished before club kicks off again. I'll talk soon in more privacy, I promise, okay?
44 club meet. These are releasing this Thursday. I know that it's actually releasing sooner. I was talking about it earlier in the stream actually, which means I will probably do another Monday stream again next week for DDLC. That's 3 weeks in a row on my end where I stream DDLC on Monday. Ain't that lovely? It might just turn into a regular thing, except it's not. It's not gonna be a permanent regular thing. Just gonna be a regular thing while there's episodes to play. Fewer student government problems?
Going through and looking at other menu options, huh?
Oh boy. I've been called out.
That takes me back. Don't worry, I can still talk about whatever you like. I just couldn't resist a little kidding after you thought I was less of a control freak.
Ah, the call out.
As to the student government, though,
Lovely addition there.
things are much easier here than at the high school. It's much more collaborative. I don't know what it is about high school student councils, but ours took itself so seriously. Plus, besides the system being different here, the people involved are very different. Just normal down to business people. I wonder where Mina ended up. Anyway, my nemesis aside, I have to focus on finishing this fencing club stuff. It'll be time to go home, and I really have to have this finished before club kicks off again. We'll talk soon in more privacy, I promise, okay?
Pick the control freak option again. If I pick it again? Oh. I will after I go through everything else. Good work helping Sayori with MC.
Going through all...
Ah, same thing.
Going through and looking at all the different menu options, huh? Takes me back. Don't worry, I can still talk about whatever you like. Just couldn't resist a little kidding after you thought I was less of a control freak. But you asked me about me helping with Sayori Net with MC. I'm not really doing that much, am I? I'm just helping the concerned parties do it themselves. People just sometimes need a little push, that's all. Kagami just needed a fresh perspective from a person she hasn't heard this all from before 1,000 times, and Sayori just needed what she always needs, encouragement to use the strength she has, that she doesn't believe she has. MC needs therapy though, nothing I can do about that. He got really messed up by what he got really messed up by what I did to him. No time for a harmful self-reproach now though. I have to focus on finishing this fencing club stuff. Time for a poem soon, and I really need to have this finished before club kicks off again. Well, we'll talk soon in more privacy, okay?
Don't dodge Miss Ida.
I'm going through and looking at other menu options. That takes me back. Don't worry, I can still talk about whatever you like. Just couldn't resist a little kidding after you thought I was less of a control freak. But about Miss Ida, I'm not dodging her, really. It's just something of a difficult and complicated topic, and it'll take some time to sort out. I wouldn't worry too much about it, okay? I'll sort it all out. I always do, don't I?
By the way, did Monica ever call her back? We didn't see her call her back, did we? We certainly didn't see her call Miss Ida back, even though she did promise she would. Now there's the question of, did it just happen off screen, or did Monica completely neglect doing that?
I always do, don't I? Right now though, I have to focus on finishing this fencing club stuff. It'll be time for poems soon, and I really need to have this finished before club kicks off again. We'll talk soon in more privacy, I promise, okay?
And glad you're doing a new club.
Going through and looking at other menu options. How that takes me back. Don't worry, I can still talk about whatever you like. Just couldn't resist a little kidding after you thought I was less of a control freak. But about starting a new club, normally I'd be quite happy to agree with you. I really like fencing. Glad that I'm going to be doing it again. But man, it's so much work. The equipment issues alone. But that's not terribly interesting to you. Suffice to say, my plate is really full right now, and probably will be for the rest of the semester. I dread to think about what finals will be like. Well, they never said college would be easy. Running the literature club has somehow become one of the more peaceful things in my life. Which is not a sentence I ever expected to say, but here we are. Right now though, I have to disturb that peace and work on finishing this fencing club stuff. Time for poems, and I really have to finish this before club kicks off again. We'll talk soon in more privacy, I promise, okay?
Alright, you said if I select that again. You're improving about not having control.
Let me guess. You reloaded a save, saw that I made a meta reference in other choices, and then came back to this one to see if I said anything original. Or you're just looking directly at the code to see what I say. That's just what I'd do.
Have people looked at your mod code before a lot?
We always have so much in common, you and I. Anyway, I hope you're pleased. I'll also save you some time and say there's nothing else if you do it more than once. I know I'm a puppet who can see her own strings, but that doesn't mean I always want to cut them, you know. But back to me letting go of control. Not that you not that you have heard it before.
Alright. Monica leaves comments after. Oh, interesting. That's nice. That's a nice little addition. Didn't know they were that bad. Let's go back to MC. Last two choices. Unfortunately, they are. I presume you've seen at least some of it. You guys see most of the important stuff in here. But yeah, it's pretty bad. I have really bad nightmares and panic attacks, just like they said. It has been stopping me from sleeping, which in turn is affecting my whole college experience. It definitely has not been fun. I wish it weren't so bad. I hate the idea of feeling like Sayori has to help pick me up. Feeling like a burden is awful. But I guess I know what she felt like a little better now. I really am lucky to have such a woman by my side. She's amazing. I don't really want to talk about her, haha. Yes, I know you want to talk about Monica, but I want to talk about your issues. Not really. Really? Well, that's some comfort, I suppose. Usually we figure you see just about all the important things that go on in here. But I guess we do have at least some privacy. So that's encouraging. To sum it up for you, yeah, I probably do have PTSD. I have really bad nightmares and panic attacks, just like they said. It has been stopping me from sleeping, which in turn is affecting my whole college experience. It definitely has not been fun. I wish it weren't so bad. I hate the idea of feeling like Sayori has to pick me up. Feeling like a burden is awful, but I guess I know what she felt like a little better now. I really am lucky to have such a woman by my side. She's amazing, but I didn't want to talk to you about her, haha. I wanted to talk to you about Monica. Well, you already did. I guess some users pay no attention whatsoever to what they are reading. I can't read, I'm a DDLC fan. Alright, that's that. We is done. Do I really need to save again? I will, just for the sake of it. We are now done with this episode. We're over halfway through the season! Can you believe it? Only 5 episodes left. Assuming it's the same duration as the other seasons. I am just assuming. I'm assuming it's another 12 episode season, like all the previous ones. It would be weird to just suddenly change it up for no reason. The end approacheth. It does. It doth be approaching. So true. Isn't very much expected. Yeah, again, thank you for making this mod, putting in all the effort of getting this done. Because again, I am just a random person on the internet playing the mod. There are many like me out there, but there's only, you know, one. There's many of me out there, but there's only one of you out there. Just saying. And yes, I know there's also technically multiple people that helped contribute to this mod. I know it's not just you, but you are the main developer, which is why I point the finger at you specifically as being the one. Well then, I think we should rate someone. We have kind of rated Charizard a lot recently. Should we keep the trend going for a little bit longer? I mean, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Let's keep the trend going. Let's see what a Charizard is up to. And then I will see some of you again tomorrow as I play the game that has kind of shackled my soul down. Gonna play the game I am very unhappy with. The game that is known as Genshin Impact. Not really looking forward to tomorrow's stream, but I gotta get it done. I gotta. So, yeah. Till then, have a good one, everyone, and goodbye. And of course, if you're watching this after it's been uploaded to YouTube as a VOD, your support is also greatly appreciated. You will have the luxury of having a poem of yours truly written down in this video description down below. Not that it's going to be any good, because my poems never are. But below that, you can also find a link to my Twitch. I stream every single Friday and Saturday over on Twitch, and sometimes other days of the week too on a bit more of an irregular basis. Other than DDLC mods, I play a lot of other stuff, rhythm games included, but also some other story-based games. And by rhythm games, I mainly mean FNF. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you around another time. Of course, no pressure, it's entirely up to you. In any event, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you around. Maybe. Goodbye.